Still here. We go again. It's Saturday. It's Kempton. It's Uttoxeter. It's the big day in the sun in the Midlands. It's the Midlands National. Time to get up, bidding for a second win. That'll be our final race of 8. We're going to whittle through them for you. Who knew anything that was running, let's face it, on Thursday? But we've done all the form. Let me tell you that. What did that come up? Did that come up as Chief Zombie under there, was it? It was me. Anyway, Dave Orton. Yeah, look, there you go. Senior zombie analyst. They're having a bit of fun. The guys in the gallery are on fumes as well. What a panel we've got for you today with our sponsors Betfair on the way. It's a good day to be here. We'll be digressing everything Cheltenham and having some fun as well. Look, there she is. Back as well. We slept in here overnight, believe it or not. She's got her pyjamas on. It's not so chatty natty.
I've already lost the actual plot. You've got the absolute opposite of a resting, miserable face. I can't say the word that people. You've got the opposite. You just come on the show and cheeks are wobbling. I mean, we are excited to be here, aren't we?
Look, people will want to. The show goes on, doesn't it? Look, G-Rod is back after being down there from Wednesday to Friday. We're going to have some fun today, aren't we? People want to know exactly what we've all been up to. What was the performance of the week? What was the ride of the week? We'll chat all about that. And there's still some puzzles to be solved out there. Kempton's a cracking card. Let's have a go. He's back also. Let's go to Dublin. The big hitter, Barry Orr.
Afternoon, gentlemen. Yeah, I've only done 2 of the 4 days with you guys, but it feels like a lot longer listening to you, Dave. the third and final day this Saturday, so looking forward to it. There's some decent action. Like you said, there is a bit of a feel after the Lord's Mayor show about the Midlands National always, but it has its place in the calendar, and it's a very important race.
Absolutely, yeah. And we've got last year's winner, Barry, haven't we? I did a feature with Keith Melrose, who we've had the last 2 days pleasure of his company. And we both found it very hard to look away from him, I must say. Time to get up.
Yeah, he's been very popular. He was a 4-1 chance on the sportsbook. He's into 11-4 now. Really popular pick. The same last year. He'd only had a couple of, I think, 4 runs before he won the Midlands National. Looks like he's laid out to this. For this, he's £4 higher than when he won it last year. Shouldn't be a massive inconvenience, and he's sure to be there or thereabouts, but no value for me.
Yeah, fair enough. I think there are value picks everywhere we go. You took quite a long time to get your selections in today because, studious as you are, look, the notebook is out. You didn't really need that through Cheltenham Week, do you? Because we all know it, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. I found it much easier, but kind of looking through today, I thought, oh no, it'd be great to have some winners. So this is funny. So last night, just before we go off air, we were like, oh, let's just say our tips for like the last 2 races at Cheltenham. So I had Ellie May and then Cobbler's Dream that came second. I was like, come on, why couldn't it be when we're live? Anyway, it was good. And what Barry said about Uttoxeter is quite close to where I live. It's a massive day for them, and it's a brilliant day. And it kind of like the people that are just on the blues and missing Cheltenham, it kind of keeps it alive for another a day longer.
She's not told you about those 2 bets, guys out there, Barry and G. She forgot to press back.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Oh, right.
She was in the pub. She was absolutely livid. Let me tell you, the Guinness went down very quickly after that. It's just been that sort of week, isn't it? Look, Get your questions in for the guys. Let's have it. What do you want to know? Performance of the week, all that sort of stuff. You actually had a good week, didn't you?
Yeah, very good week. Yeah.
Started off on dodgy territory, laying honeysuckle, of course, and putting your neck on the line.
Well, yeah. The funny thing is that I've never tipped or backed so many winners at Cheltenham Festival ever. But the only thing that anyone ever remembers about the whole week is me taking honeysuckle on in the jumping hurdle and getting that wrong.
That's the game.
And of course, the Betfair Barry 4-timer.
Well,
Ireland versus Britain in the championship races. What a greenwash that turned out to be, Barry.
You've done your money in cold blood there. I feel terrible. I really feel dreadful about that. It wasn't fair of me to do that to you, but the Injured Jocks Fund are the beneficiaries of that £100. I think I was looking at it yesterday. It was back in the 29th of January when you made the statement you thought England would win the 4 championship races, being the Gold Cup, the Stayers Hurl, Queen Mom Champion Chase, and the Champion Hurl. And 4-0 to Ireland. So I'd like to say hard luck, but looks to do it. It was probably a 10-1 on chance all along.
It was very much.
Like I said, it was all in good fun.
It was.
I suppose when Siskin was sunk, that was you sunk.
When Siskin ran like that, I think the writing was on the wall. But it was a great week for Britain in general, wasn't it?
You got that right.
You know, the comeback. It was close until Friday.
You're the king of the
wasn't
statements, and one of them was right.
It was close, wasn't it? Friday it was 11-10.
Yeah.
No, we were Britain.
Yeah, you Take Willie Mullins out of it, and God knows what would have happened.
Oh yeah, take Willie Mullins.
Probably
Willie
Elliot
Mullins.
would have won them all.
10 Cheltenham is
That's incredible, isn't it?
Absolutely phenomenal.
It was a great day. Look, we've got some social coming in. And Devo, one of our regulars, still with us on a Saturday, says Spirit of the Games did it again, G-Rod. Have you got something going on with that?
Yeah, Devo's, I've met him a few times at the races, and he loves Spirit of the Games, Devo does. So it doesn't surprise me, dear, that he's with him again.
He cruised that. It was called Cody, wasn't it? That was your big shout of the week, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
20-1. That was
Brilliant.
Very pleased with myself.
All right. Well, look,
Having,
who knew we'd have so
hit
much?
the bar, hit the
Well, I think you had a really good week now, actually.
Yeah, but I had an each way
Better than some
week,
of us.
didn't I? Not a winning week, really.
That's for sure. No, I had a bit of a meh week. But there we are. We look away from the obvious sometimes, don't we? And yesterday was an obvious day. Right. Who knew we'd be this enthusiastic and full of beans? But we are.
We are.
This is what this studio does to you. RP Live with Betfair along the way. Barry, shall we get some housekeeping out of the way? Because we're not far away from our very first of 8.
Yeah, and we always say, Dave, this is about showcasing the functionality of the exchange and the sports book. And check it out. There's some great offers on the sports book, not least in the 150, where it's cash back as a free bet if your horse fails to place the race. That's sports book and exchange. We'll talk about it more later at the time. But anyone thinking of having a bet in the 150, you got to have it in the Betfair Sportsbook, really. But we're going to do a multi first. We're going to do a lucky 15 on the Betfair Sportsbook. That's 6 doubles, 4 trebles, 4 single bets, and 1 accumulate. So it's 15 bets in total. We're going to do it for a quid. And the 4 horses are Cateson's going to be our first pick in that 150 in Uttoxeter. Second leg is Uttoxeter as well, Panic Attack. And then we're going to go to Kempton for 2 horses, Diego de Michel, who Betfair ambassador. You can read Paul Nichols' comments exclusively on betting.betfair about all his horses every weekend. He gives this a very favourable mention, says it's been laid out for this race, and Dorking Boy then in that 240 difficult race in Kempton. So we're going to do it for a quid. It's 15 bets. We're going to do it for a quid. That's £15. We're going to do it each way. Means it's £30 in total. So lucky 15 each way for 30 quid, those 4 horses. So fingers crossed we can get a couple of them at the very least into the place. But if we get a couple of winners as well, it should be a decent payout for the Injured Jockeys Fund, who's our charity of choice this month.
Great stuff, Barry. Absolutely. You have some real crossbar moments during the week. And there you go. You can see it there for you. If you want to get involved, guys, and maybe if you haven't had the greatest week, but you're trying to get some back. Small outlay today. Safe gambling all the way, isn't it? It's our MO here at the Racing Post. And, of course, Betfair as well. And Cateson, who I think Barry fancies that one quite strongly, actually. Panic Attack. Diego de Charmel. I'm with that one as well. And Dorking Boy. And Trevor Meeks, who's been really sending us with good socials for us this week, says on the chat, a Nichols revival today. And I mentioned yesterday to a few people, this has a familiar ring to it this day. All the trainers that had a bit of a frustrating week, they tend to get the microphones shoved in their faces today because they have winners. I think it's going to happen to Nichols.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dave. I was so focused on the horses there. I'd always gone about it. It's just my favourite bit, looking at them in the preliminaries.
Who wins the first?
Well, I was gonna make a few points from what I've just looking in the paddock. I was gonna say that the favourite, Certainly Red, has got a really cracking walk. Was quite eye-catching, but the Brewers project was very much on the camera's eye. I was having a bit of a book and a play in the preliminaries, but looked really, really race fit. So that was an eye catcher. I mean, I'm actually not on either of those. I'm on Captain St. Vincent, but I was just saying what I like to see in the pictures.
Yeah, okay. And that's why we love you here, Nat. And Barry, is there a trade in this for people out there?
Yeah, I'm going to lay Certainly Red in the place market here. I just don't think he jumps well enough to be such a short price. He's even money. Happy to lay an even 50 about him, please, G-Rod. He's actually 204. We lay him at that. Happy to be a price taker here. Take 50 quid at the backer's stake. So we want him not to finish first or second. The places here are 1-2. We want to beat out of first and second. We're laying him at even money to finish first or second in this race.
looks like our internet connection's about as good as the one that was on track this week.
Is that right? All right, we'll get that fixed. Barry, perhaps if you press that trade for us, there's a head-to-head going on there. Well, the guys look at that. There's a head-to-head here, because I don't know. You're right. He wasn't as bad as he was behind Danny Kerwin last time, but he walked through the second last, didn't he? He might have finished a bit closer over the course of this. I wasn't sure about Captain Vincent. You don't really know how they're going to jump, so I went for him, actually. So me and Barry taking each other on the first. You like Captain Vincent?
I do, yeah. Very interesting. I used to be a Tim Vaughan horse with Fergal O'Brien. You all right, Harry? A small little pocket rocket, really tiny actually compared to the others, but I thought certainly was out. The door hasn't opened for this horse, but it could do today. But I think making a pick, Dave, Cap St. Vincent.
All right, okay. G-Rod, is the meter back up yet?
Yeah, I'm on the one that Barry's laid. Yeah, I think this is one of the best bets of the day. The horse with a great walk.
Certainly red.
Yeah,
The horse with a great walk.
It's not shown here that it's late. Did you place the bet, G-Rod? Did you get it?
No, there was a problem with the internet here. Let's see if I can get it on now.
That's okay. That's okay because it's 1.90 now, so we can lay it at 10
I can lay it now. 1 point.
That's what we do.
And how much are we laying that for?
Oh, you do it then. Okay.
I'll do
You're
it.
back on, are you?
Yeah, I'm back. How much are we laying it for? 50?
50
even
quid
50.
at the backer stake. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Loads of people moaning about the reception down at Cheltenham this week. I mean, we were
it's
hoping
terrible.
to actually call in some, many more reporters
Loads
down
of
there.
people moan about everything in Cheltenham. Prices to be extortionate.
I'll tell you, whoa,
Did you-
what, the Guinness for £7 and all that sort of
No,
stuff,
some
Barry,
of the food packages
Gin
that I
and tonic,
saw.
14 quid.
Whoa.
Some of
I mean,
the
we've got
food, yeah.
G-Rod with us, and I've got a feeling there might be a moan or two coming. Let's get it after this race. Barry's hoping he'll be moaning about the Fav here. So we go in together for some
this will
gift.
win, won't he, Dave? I mean, let's
He's got to jump, hasn't
let's
he?
hope he jumps as well as he walks.
What, is he sort of like, he's got a
Do
bit
you
of a
like
strut
that?
on him, has
No,
he?
it's
I
a
did
really
know, I like
good,
it, yeah.
big, long walk, tracked up really well. Look,
Nice to see these
Mick
connections.
used to be always said to me, lass, if a horse can walk, it can gallop.
Who's that?
Mick used to be.
Well, okay, if I close my eyes, it's like he's in the room with us.
Oh,
But can it jump?
no, that's what I mean, no.
Honestly, it's going to be that sort of day. Let's have some fun. Keep the interaction coming in. We need you out there today, that's for sure. We want to hear from you. Best ride of the week. I'm going to float. I'll get that out early. Who was it? Don't answer now. Best ride of the week.
That isn't even up for debate. And
Well, good.
that
Let's hold
later.
it.
Right,
Let's hope
they're
your
off.
tip isn't
They're
either
off.
at the end of this. They are off. Good luck in the first of 8 then here on RP Live. Your second screen experience, raucous reaction. If you haven't got pictures, we'll tell you exactly where your horse is running and more importantly, what happened to your money after the race if you're playing along. Okay, so certainly Reddy's on the inside and Mark Goldstein. We could see these connections have a win on them. Horses are going all right as well. Captain Vincent, first time over fences, but Connor Brace, not a bit of it, was well backed early this morning. Fergal, of course, had 2 seconds, didn't he, during the week?
He did, yeah. Very unlucky. He's never had a Cheltenham Festival winner, Fergal O'Brien, and he had another 2 seconds this
Alaphilippe
week.
was a
Getting
bit of a
close, though.
caller, wasn't
It's
it?
getting close.
Yeah.
I felt very sorry for him with Alaphilippe.
Did you?
Yeah, because he finished second in that race before with another horse.
Yeah.
I can't remember its name.
Third Wind, our horse as well, didn't back it.
Third
No,
Wind.
all right, okay. So Brewer's project, I was worried about which way Brewer's project was going to go over his fences. I remember one time I backed him over hurdles at Wincanton, I think when he was expected to win, he literally nearly came up to London. So we'll watch how he goes on this track. Mellow Ben out the back as well. Did you like that?
Yes.
Yep, jolly good. And
Easily
You All Right
pleased.
Harry. What a great name. Not you know what I mean, Harry, but You All Right Harry. Jamie Moore. Again, they deserve
gosh,
a win.
oh,
How's the
Mighty.
favourite jumping, lads?
Yeah. You're enjoying it, aren't you?
Better than mine just jumped, Barry.
What price, Barry? I mean, still clear fav.
Jumping out to his right, isn't he? Or out to his left quite a bit. He's 3.8, 3.6 Cap St. Vincent, 6.8 Mellow Ben, Brewers Project 5.9. So they're all travelling well in themselves, you'd have to say, but the favourite jumped better there.
I was constantly surprised how the exchange didn't panic like I was at times yesterday. Billaway in particular.
Billaway.
That's the one, isn't it?
Billaway,
I
that
like,
was-
hey, how's he still 6-1? It was crazy.
Unreal.
wasn't it?
Oi, God, mine's
Anyway,
just
we'll
a bit
chat all about that.
scratchy, isn't he? Cap St. Vincent.
I
a few.
considered putting up Ebony Gale, who came unstuck in his bid for a hat-trick last year. I love this ground, but he can be a bit tricky. And Tom O'Brien, festival-winning jockey now, of course. That was third win, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, it was third win. You said it like that was like everyone should
He's
know
riding
that.
out of his skin.
What do you reckon, G-Rod, then, as they come into home straight for the final time before the business ends?
He's a big horse in front, isn't he? Real big chasing type, going around these tight turns, but he's jumping well. I'm not too concerned yet. I mean, I would obviously have liked to have kept a more prominent position on Certainly Red because you do usually need to be nice and prominent at Kempton to win these, especially small field chases. But I don't think he's jumping that bad, Barry. He's going round all right.
He was earlier on. He's corrected it a bit now, but he is out to his right at most fences as well. And when he comes under pressure, that might be a little bit more prominent.
Yeah.
All right, look at that ground. It's going to be in stark contrast to what we're seeing up at Uttoxeter. We'll check the weather out there, but it's good. We'll be going there for the 1:15. Midlands actually at 3:35. Tacky old ground, the T word, as Keith Melrose said at Cheltenham during the week. Not a bit of it here at Kempton. Lovely surface, isn't it? And these spring-type horses, loving it.
Jamie Moore really dictating to you, all right, Harry, there. Come on, pick up for me. He got a nice stride at that one.
He didn't like that fence too much, certainly Red either. He's not what you would call a natural, but this is just his third go.
No.
We know, don't we, that Marker 116 well within his capabilities. So I guess just going to hunt him round, G-Rod, until they have to actually fire him.
Yeah, I mean, Barry's worried he's going to come off the bridle. I didn't think he was going to come off the bridle. I thought thought he was just going to go and win on the steel.
Are you trying to claw back your 100 quid here from Barry? Or go head to head?
Yeah, he's on the wind-up already.
I think
He's on the wind-up
already, G-Rod.
He's coming over soon, you know, so you better watch it. All right, okay, here we go. Who's that? You all right, Harry? All right, Jamie Moore, can't help himself, can he? And John Best and Karen Jewell. I need to get used to saying that a bit more. We haven't been doing much all-weather, have we? But it's one of these new joint licences, basically. They've had a few winners on the all-weather.
Oh, he flew that to Fav.
Did he?
Yeah.
I could tell you're playing
They
up
all
some of
races
this.
already, is it?
Is it? Absolutely. Look, it's a records, it's all over.
Fly that one.
Whoa. Oh, G-Rod, not the commentator's curse.
Brewers Project got the
Is he
best
just
job
clumsy
there,
now?
winged it. It's sketchy, scratchy, sketchy. Yeah, I mean, it's not my pick, so
Whatever.
I'm not really that bothered.
You're in front and over the moon. Well, okay, Barry, we've got about 6 fences to go, and I love it when they pan onto the camera for that 5th and 4th last.
St. Vincent's your favourite now.
Yeah.
St. Vincent is your favourite at 3.45, 5.0 certainly red, 4 Mellow Ben. It looks like you're all right. Harry has cried enough. He's out to 32.
Yeah.
All right, great stuff. I'm just...
He's getting just a bit more animated, isn't he, Jamie Moore, on You're Right, Harry. But Cap St. Vincent, he's not done a superb round of jumping, but he's kind of learning a bit, isn't he? And
Favourite still travels well, doesn't
yeah,
he?
yeah.
I think we were expecting this if he got round. I mean, Cap St. Vincent's the one to beat for my money, don't you think?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, again. Oh,
Again,
dear
low.
Lord.
Sloppy.
Come on, certainly, Red. Pick your feet up, man.
He's got the rest of them.
Bad
beat,
are the
but-
rest.
Yeah. I mean, Brewers Project is definitely one of the lessons lights at Nichols, isn't he, for sure?
Yeah.
He's actually jumped all right, pretty
See,
straight,
he
actually.
just pecked a
Flown
bit of
out.
landing there, Cap St. Vincent.
The favourites never jumped the fence, and he's still only a 2-to-1 chance. The one in front's even money.
This is 4 out. It's a lovely
One
fence.
each along.
Oh, and again, you've got
Fine,
to hit that on a stride. You've got to fancy it, and the market's quite right. You've got to fancy that Cap St. Vincent, if he just does that over the last 3,
He's
he'll be
2's
absolutely
on
fine.
now.
Is he?
2's on.
Well,
Many
look,
left to jump today.
Dave
3,
Orton
isn't
did.
it?
3, Barry,
Here
yeah.
he comes.
I don't know,
Dave
Ebony
Orton.
Gale might be the
No
closer.
way.
Here we go.
No.
Come on,
There
but
we
we've got
go.
the fences in front of us.
Oh,
That's
we've
the
got
problem
them.
for Certainly Red.
No.
Come on, Ebony Gale's not out of this
There to be
either.
jump.
3 to jump.
See,
3
there
left to
be
go.
jump.
Here we go. All right, what we do know is You're Right, Harry is cracked.
I
Mellow
don't
Ben
want
probably
mine to
just
be
gone.
set
Brewer
at
Storm
work
probably
too
just
much.
gone.
Oh,
Come on, over
mine's
you go.
throwing
He's
away.
not too bad there,
Here we
Certainly
go.
Red. He doesn't want to fire him yet. He knows he's on the horse that will win in between the fences. Look at Mark Goldstein. God, he's having a right think about it, this horse, isn't he? But he is now the one
He's
to beat
just
Cap St.
coaxing him
Vincent.
home.
The game looks up. Ebony Gale probably is the
Come on, good
closer.
one.
2 outs.
He's over.
Over he goes. He's
Oh,
fine.
that's all that matters.
4-to-1 on.
Come on now then, Certainly Red. The
no
head to
good
head.
thing.
The Brits are coming back
going
in
on?
style.
25-to-1 on. The way he's jumping, I wouldn't be betting
My
25
Lord.
to 1 on. Whoa.
Coming to the last, what's happened here? Oh no, what's he done? He's got over it. Talk about bag of hammers. That was spanners and everything else you want to throw at it. But he has got over the line. You're right, Harry,
Look
from
at
the
You're
clouds.
Right, Harry.
Coming back
What?
from nowhere. He loves finishing second, that horse.
What?
Hey, look, it may be Cheltenham over for the year, but we're having great fun again, and well done, G-Rod.
Thank
Off
you.
the mark in the first.
Never in doubt, was it, Dave?
Never in doubt, Barry. You're going to have to own that one.
Speechless. I'm speechless. He never jumped the fence. Literally never jumped the fence and still won. Well done, G-Rod, tipping a 7-4 winner. Good job there. Cap St. Vincent, 1.36 for small money, 1.37, so 11-4 on, around that for 212 quid. He traded at a low of. The winner was 25-1 on before he jumped the last. You'd want your brains examined the way he was beating his fences around there to be betting that sort of odds on for a horse to clear the last. But
That
well done,
last.
guys, in there. You tipped the winner, but I'd say it's one of the worst chases ran all year in Kemp, if not the worst.
On a Saturday on TV.
He's almost on his nose
on
there. It was,
TV.
it was unbelievable. My lad, Cap St. Vincent, you just don't want to be getting after him. As soon as people started pushing him, putting the pressure on, he was like, no, thank you very much.
Yeah.
But You All Right, Harry, how on earth that came from, that's extraordinary. I'm going to have to watch that again.
Well, he just keeps finishing second, that horse now, doesn't he?
But he looked like he'd completely blown out. Like he was
Yeah.
like,
He's
right
got
at
the
the
man
back.
on board as well, and Jamie just never gives up. So
Amazing.
I'm not saying they all do, but Jamie certainly is one of those sort of like, you know,
Amazing.
we're going to get home jockeys.
Well, thank goodness that's over, to be honest.
Okay, we move on, and I'm hearing a little bit from the people on the chat. Mally Draycott, one of our regulars. Turns out Mally must be. I don't know. Are you there, Mally? That's the question, isn't it? Or are you a Midlands man? Lovely weather up here, and actually, what does he mean? Lovely jumping weather, because he's lovely weather up here. Says Mally, should be soft. Well, it could be
Yeah.
raining,
No,
couldn't
it's
it?
sunny though, isn't it?
What do you mean? It's lovely
Well, I don't know.
brawny
You haven't
weather.
been home all week, have you? So you wouldn't be able to tell us now. You know.
Husband said it's Well, bless him, he's a bit of a polar bear. He said, it's boiling. It's boiling at home. So, God, be careful, Dom, he might melt. So go sit in the garden. He said, oh, it's boiling.
Right, what was he like in Antigua then? We digress.
Sits in the shade.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
I don't get it.
I'm one of them.
Why don't you prefer to snow sport?
Well, because I've had probably been scolded a little bit, but you've got a bit of sun. You've been down in Cheltenham this week, haven't you?
Yeah, it was beautiful there on Thursday and Friday. The less said about Wednesday, the better.
The nap one.
And that one, yeah.
I'm getting you off the Wednesday yet. I know you want to have a bit of a moan about the Wednesday, but I know you too well. But the sun shone. Let's come to you on this thing because we've got a bit of time. We've got 10 minutes to the 150, the staying handicap. First of a couple that we're going to be showing you at Uttoxeter, where Mally says it will be soft. And what was it like?
Oh yeah, it was absolutely beautiful, wasn't
Remember
it?
your dad, didn't you?
Yeah, went with
That's
the old
nice.
man. Yeah, it was great, and yeah, he's one of those who likes to sit in the shade as well. You know, if there's a bench in under the shade or in the sun, I was like, no, and he wouldn't have it. But yeah, it was beautiful. Apart from Wednesday, of course. Wednesday was absolutely horrendous weather, and we just basically spent all the time trying to hide from the rain,
It was
and
so bad.
everyone was trying to do it, weren't they? And Thursday was a great day. Such a shame about Galopin Des Champs, wasn't he? You know, I mean, he was just about to expose that Bob Ollinger as the overrated non-chaser that I've been calling him all time. And then all of a sudden he came down.
You deserve
at the
your
last.
moment here. You deserve your moment.
I agree.
Well, I felt
They're there to
robbed.
be jumped. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
I
They're
felt
there to be
robbed
jumped.
after that race, I must admit, a little bit robbed. But it was a great race, wasn't it? That was fantastic.
Did you kind of go like this?
Well, it was a moral victory, but it wasn't a victory because he still won somehow.
They never
didn't
fill the pockets, these moral victories, do they?
He absolutely walked up the running, didn't
Yeah.
he? But he won. You know, it
Yeah.
reminded me a bit of Gin on Lime.
I think one of the
Gin on Lime one.
certainties that will come out of the week.
God, that was extraordinary.
that was similar.
Online.
Yeah.
I think one of the certainties that come out of the week is there will be an excuse, whether it's whatever. I think we will see something emerge from that camp. I wonder if we see him again this season as well. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
What, Bob Ollinger?
Yeah.
After.
He's
They
just,
will come up with an excuse. The
What will it
quotes
be?
afterwards that we were getting were, that we don't want to win like that. I couldn't say he's a Gold Cup or a Ryanair horse after that, obviously, but that's not the Bob that we know.
Well, they might say.
Yeah, I know, and you
Wins,
love
they might say.
excuses. I'm trying to sort of wind the pot a bit here, but I don't know. Go back hurdling with him?
I wouldn't have gone chase the first place. But I think that they had to do it because of Honeysuckle, of course. They didn't want to go take him on.
Yeah,
Take
well,
her on.
okay. There you go. All right, Mally. Here we go. It's great weather, Dave. The course is close to a River Trent, so it can get boggy. It's Staffordshire, isn't it? I know it quite well,
Staffordshire,
actually.
yeah.
Yeah, I know it. It's a lovely course.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I've never been to the course, but I did pass coming through. I went to Alton Towers once.
Yeah, it's
that's
right
really
next to
close
it.
by.
Yeah, really
it's
close.
Did
close.
you won for the rides, are you, and all that sort of stuff?
Oh yeah, I like the rides. Yeah,
That would be good to get a
love the
social
rides.
team up with you doing that,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? We're going to get you down
I'm
Nichols
a thrill
at
seeker,
Dixie.
Dave.
We used to go once a year
Thrill
to
seeker.
Alton Towers because obviously being in Cheshire, not far from Staffordshire. Nemesis.
You like them, don't you? I
Yeah,
went on that
until
Nemesis
Nemesis
ride, and it's
broke.
fair to say it's probably one of the most embarrassing
yeah.
scenes you'll ever see of me. I screamed throughout it. So not for me, I'm afraid. Why swim in shark infested festive waters if you don't want to get bitten? Anyway, there we are. We're going off on a tangent slightly.
But no, it was a great week. We must throw out a few people that did come up and say that how much they loved the show.
Go for it.
You know, they really did. There was must have heard from sort of double figures of people, I would say, that came up and said how much they love watching Barry on TV all the time, and they didn't give Dave.
You taking
Orton
the
much-
Michael again?
Someone,
You're right.
Might be, mightn't he?
someone did say to me, "How do you tame Dave Orton?" That was what they said to me, and I said, "You cannot tame Dave Orton. Even Barry can't do it."
I mean, I can't get this ring off, but you might ask my wife next time. It's very, very
But
tough.
no, it was great. It was great to have all those
It
positive
was
feedback.
unbelievable, though, wasn't it? Like, so I only went Tuesday, Wednesday, but the contrast, like Wednesday, was shocking.
We're going to talk about the Wednesday as we go on because G-Rod's got a bone to pick with the Wednesday, haven't we? As you can see. But you're on a high now, so let's keep this
Weather-wise,
high
shocking,
going,
I mean.
shall we? And Barry, you really like one in this 150. Let's get up to Uttoxeter where the mud will be flying.
Yeah, I do. The horse is Kempton. He's finished third in a cello back in the day to Champ. He was rated 141 at one stage. He hasn't won a race since he won in Aintree back in 2020 when he was rated 134. He's rated 125 now, Kempton. And the young guy riding him, Jay Tibble, he claims 10. And I think he's great value for that £10 claim. This horse has to be delivered late. And if he can just hunt him around and take his time on him and not get a rush of blood to the head, I can't see him out of the places. Don't forget, this is the money back as a free bet if your horse doesn't place on the
Yes.
Betfair Sportsbook. So I'm making sure to avail of that. So what we're going to do, it's 4 places on the Sport G-Rod. So we're going to toggle onto the Sportsbook, please, and we're going to back Kate's on the Sportsbook. Currently trading at, you currently back him at 18. Is this the last time I looked? He's 16 now. Yeah, we're going to have 25 quid each way at 16 to 1 Cateson. I can't see him out of the first 4, to be perfectly honest with you, Dave. Like I said, the kid's real good value for his £10 and puts him in here. He's off 125 with your man's £10 claim. I think he'll definitely finish in the first 4. But we get up to a tenner back as well if he doesn't place on the Betfair Sportsbook with the money back offer.
Pretty sure a few people will be following him in there, Bo, because you sound bullish very much. He's also on, I know quite well, actually, Cateson. And he does look a big price, doesn't he? He? On that entry form, you could definitely see him go well. Featherweight, then. Cateson, Barry's trade in this.
Good bet.
Do we agree in this? You asked me about a trainer called Oliver Sini.
Oh yeah, who I might have called Signy.
Sini. I'm going to say Sini.
No, we don't. We don't. I can absolutely see the like for that. No word of a lie to him. I was asking you because I didn't know a lot about the trainer. I think quite a small trainer from Upper Lambourne.
Yeah.
Wouldn't boast a massive strike rate, but obviously Aidan Coleman on board. Only been out the top 4 this horse, hasn't it? Once when it was 5th.
No word of lie would be his best horse yet. He's got a horse called French Paradox as well.
Definitely his best horse. So yeah, nice to see him here with Aidan on board. But no, I was going to actually go for Pulling Stumps.
Oh, okay. Jump ship.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
One of the
You said he
novices.
jumped something else then.
Yeah.
Pulling stumps.
I went a bit silent.
Well, I'm on no word of a lie, so I'm keeping the faith with this chap.
You know,
I'll tell you why.
it's good to have difference. Yeah, no, won well up to 3 miles at Ludlow last month. That I thought was quite good on the soft ground. Stayed really well. I thought Ludlow, Uttoxeter, can sort of see my train of thought there, and actually still looks open to a little bit of improvement. Nothing spectacular, Dave. But Pulling Stumps is the one I'll come down on.
Well, pulling up stumps is like when he's not pulling up any stumps. He's supposed to be quite impressive. I'm a bit surprised he's as big as he is in the market. I thought if this was, because he looks typical, Highclere, Philip Hobbs, progression, Ben Jones, good jockey. A bit surprised. Maybe it's the strength of the race. I don't know. I like no word of a lie. Who's got to give them both weight, these front 2, but he bumped into one undoubtedly last time at Wetherby, I think it was, wasn't it? And I don't know. He's got the experience. When you come against these novices in the handicap, unless they're trained by Willie. They might find the experience against them. That State Man yesterday was a bit of a Mickey tape, wasn't it? Wow.
Yeah.
You back that as well, did you?
Didn't back State Man. No, it was one of the few favourites I didn't back in the week.
It was a hell of a day for backing favourites.
It was a very good day for backing Willie Mullins trained horses, that's for sure.
Vauban was the nap, that one. Well done.
Yeah, Vauban was the nap.
Much to our disjoy, because we all took it on, didn't we, in here?
Did you? What did you do that for?
I know. I think
Talking about
we
Melbourne Cup.
I don't like tipping 7 to 4 favourites.
Yeah, I think we were
Touché!
we were trying, weren't we, just to see elsewhere, but didn't
we
work
thought we
out,
had Fieldor and Pied Piper running for us, didn't we? And they ran very, very
Yeah,
well. What did you make of the races? Obviously, you love, because he walked through the last a bit, didn't he? He's got some chassis.
Yeah, he's very, very good, isn't he? I was absolutely convinced that the Leopardstown race was the right race to be with, and that was how it played out, because I think the first 4 home had all ran in that. First 4 of the first 5 had all ran home in that spring juvenile hurdle.
Quick, isn't it? You can see what I think in flat.
Yeah, he's very fast horse, isn't he? I'm not sure he's a champion hurdle horse though, Dave.
Well, Barry flagged up, they were asking for Melbourne Cup quotes. And
quotes.
then lo and
Are they?
behold, it all came in. He's talking,
Yeah.
Chesters and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Funny how they do it, isn't it? Anyway, look, Vauban, what did you make
I'll
of
tell
him?
you
Getting
what might be a
jumping
champion
direction.
hurdle horse, though, is State Man.
Right.
Yeah, he looked very good, didn't he?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
He was the one that Ruby Walsh didn't give any.
I'm feeling an impression coming on.
No, I'm not going to do an impression. No, I wouldn't insult Barry that way, try and do an Irish impression. I wouldn't do that to you, Barry. But he just basically didn't give any reason why he just went State Man. It wasn't even like any justification.
Just we'll win.
Yeah,
I've heard your
just
Ruby
we'll
Walsh
win.
impression. It is a bit of a questionable one. Who's the tip in this?
Yeah, I think I fancy Dazzling Glory for Dazzling Dan Skelton. Yeah,
Is this a mare?
yeah, it is a mare, and it was a very good run last time, and I seems to have been missed in the market for some reason, because the winner has won since.
Desiree Girl.
The second, Merry Mistress, I backed to win next time at Doncaster and won very well.
Did it?
So
I thought that was a proper Oliver Twist horse, that Mary Mistress.
only
She's lost
5 in it,
seconds.
but has already thrown up 2 subsequent winners, finished just ahead of Dazzling Glory, and finished very strongly on the sectionals. Very good late sectionals. Dazzling Glory definitely will stay 2 miles, 7.5 furlongs.
She's a point winner.
Yeah,
Dan
I like that,
Protector at
will
Skelton.
improve. Yeah, I think that 12 to 1, I'm amazed this is double figure odds.
You'll know your fate early with her. I used to analyse a few of her races. She went up to Hexham one time and she pulled like stink when she was a strong favourite and she came through winning on the bridle. It's all been about getting her to settle.
Yeah.
So check her out. See, it's all up there.
You'd see Hexham as well, though, because she's a point winner as well, you know what I mean? You see there's certain tracks, there's certain types
Is that
of
the most
races
beautiful race course in the
It's
country?
lovely, Hexham.
I've never been. No, I would like to.
It's very, very beautiful.
Nosebleed territory for that for me, if I got that far, I can tell you. I know they send you to the borders and all that sort of stuff, but
It's not the most beautiful, but it's high up there, yeah.
everyone who goes says it is stunning.
Yeah.
We were speaking to Fitzy about it once.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like, "You can't
very,
go."
very rural. It's lovely.
Yeah, all right, okay. All right, Barry, we've spoken. Pulling stumps looks a bit weak to my eye. Nat likes it, Market doesn't.
Yeah, not a word of a lie is come in for good support. He's 6.6 now. Serious Charges is your favourite, 5.188 pulling stumps. Illegal Model that there was money for earlier is 11.5. 10.5 Welsh Saint. That was another one there was some money for, and it's 14 bar. But yeah, Serious Charges, who should go off in front, is currently 5.1 on the exchange. He's your favourite.
Yeah, okay, good stuff. All right. Fine. All right, let's get this up and running then as well. So, yeah, Anthony Honeyball had a very quiet week, didn't he? Rich Dingle, he came off one, didn't he, Rich Dingle, I seem to remember, and he was all right. It was Indefatigable, wasn't it? Do you remember in the mare's race? It caused all the drama. His one ride of the week, blimey.
Indefatigable, yeah.
She was still going all right. That was a really dramatic race, wasn't it? Okay, so we will soon be off and running for the first of plenty here. Really competitive stuff. There are some seriously competitive races today. That 240 at Kempton looks...
Oh, that looks impossible.
Yeah.
I said that
Ed
just before we went
stuff.
on now. I looked at the 240. I still looked at 240. Looked at 240 again. Went, I don't know what, we'll just... wait till we get to it.
That's an open race, isn't it? Wide open. 17 in it, I think, is there? Yeah, wide open race.
Yeah. Was your nap in the first race?
No, my nap's coming up in 2:25 after this one at Uttoxeter. Have they jumped off yet?
Yeah, I know. What's going on?
We're on the wrong channel.
Our monitor needs changing. The guys in the studio, I think we were zombies, weren't we? There we go. And they are off and running. Happy days. And I'll tell you what, this is very interesting, isn't it? Because the connections that won this last race, Illegal Model, well found in the market. Good young rider, Lily Pinchen is trying to pinch a lead here and has gone on.
Yeah, well, reverts to the second wind up, reverting to hurdles and the blinkers fitted. So, yeah, the blinkers might just lit it up a little bit.
All right, okay, and has now been taken on as well, which is not really what you want to see. By last time out winner, Paul Nicholls. Could this be the start of the revival? Bryony Frost rides Grace Avu Enki. Chris Cook, who does his blog all week, was asking why Bryony wasn't getting rides. He just couldn't really work it out. He said, for whatever reason, I can't work out why she didn't have more love from connections out there. And that's something that will, I think, be one of his front runner pieces next week and to watch on. So good luck to Bryony in this. She's currently trying to make all, that's for sure. They're not going that fast. Desiree Gold, looking for that one, G. And it actually settled really well. So you'll be quite keen on this.
Dazzling Glory.
Katson is a little bit
keen and
out the back.
No, I don't think so. I'm happy enough the way he's travelling.
Okay.
Has him settled all right. I think he's okay.
It is a point of contention, that.
Just the way he carries his head. He
Yeah.
keeps his head a bit high
his head's
sometimes.
onto, when he jumps, he's a bit...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it is a point of contention, that. It's amazing how many shows that we do with this and you say the jockeys are the ones that you say it to and they're like, what are you talking about?
Well, your eyes are drawn to a grey as well. It's easy to look at a grey.
A grey mare you like, don't you?
I love a grey
We were
mare.
talking about this earlier. Yeah,
Grey mares.
Serious Charges at the back as well. Really well fancied, that is. Welsh Saint for Sam Thomas. Of course, his Good Risk at All didn't get into Cheltenham. It was a reserve, balloted out. I bet we see that at Aintree, and I bet we see it well back.
Sam Thomas.
Yeah, there was a word about Shishkin going to Sandown, by the way, instead of Aintree.
And I
Did you
thought
see that?
Aintree.
Right.
We'll talk about that if you want, guys, a little bit later on. My No Word of a Lie is beautifully positioned in the midfield.
Pulling stumps the same.
I tell you also that definitely will go for that Sandown race. The green team.
Yes, who hurt his eye. Paul's told us, didn't he?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
when he was at Leopardstown, didn't know he's got some mud in his eye.
Some of these are beat already.
hopefully
What's
we'll
that thing being pushed on? Grace of Ubenki? No, that's in the lead.
No.
The yellow and the black colours.
Yeah, and the black and red.
That is one of the big outsiders, Sir
Will.
Lorcan Williams,
Okay.
of course, won the Hunter Chase this time last year, didn't he?
Kateson's not having it at all today.
Don't fancy it, Barry, does he? I don't think.
No, not at all today, no.
Yeah, we will talk about We'll talk about Uttoxeter, but it's not. You don't want to get too far back. It's sharper than you think, Uttoxeter, isn't it? It looks to the eye quite a galloping home straight and stuff, but you've got to be there 3 out, right?
Yeah, so Will's not having it.
It's another track that I've never been to, Dave, but another one that is on the list. Yeah.
Right, yeah. And I've analysed so many races there. Horses that attack 3 out can be a long way home on the running over hurdles.
Yours
that's
just
for
a little
sure.
funny peck there on the ground.
Which
Dave.
one? No word of a lie.
Yeah, nothing bad,
Okay.
just a little.
Siddy Ishmael is in this race as well, isn't it? Who had a really good start of the season, completely lost his way. So they're trying something different than Pipes and Tom Scudamore. But he's on his way. Tom Scudamore had a close shave, didn't he, at Cheltenham, of course, beaten by his dad and Lucinda, of course. It was in the Ultima, wasn't it? What was it called? A Jericho Rock, wasn't it? God, that seems like a
Jericho Rock,
lifetime ago, doesn't it? It's sold up there, you see. It's
A lot of these are under pressure, Dave.
Yeah.
Half the field are in
I
trouble
think Matty
already.
Draycott was absolutely spot on, and my no word of a lie, Barry. Probably you can put another 0 on that one, sadly.
I'm starting to get excited.
Yeah. Serious Charges is really short now. 6-4, 2.50 on the exchange, 7.4 pulling stumps, 5-8 Welsh Saint, who travels well in front at the moment, 4-3 Dazzling Glory for the Skeltons.
That's bit G-Rod again.
Yeah, he's creeping. He's
Oh,
creeping.
I'll tell you what, when we were
Yours
in on
then.
Tuesday, do you remember me, you, Brendan Duke and Alan Conway did such a good job, Alan, the best smiling racing we called it. Loads of people were chatting about that. Someone said, does Alan sleep with a smile, that sort of thing.
Yours
We were
been
going through the
pulled up,
card on
Dave.
Tuesday. Could you do it again?
What, Alan?
No, could
Oh,
you
me?
go through the card
No,
today?
I don't think I will because
foolishness.
she's suddenly in trouble.
Oh,
Lily,
no.
Lily
Yeah.
Pinchin's now very, very animated.
This is a funny
on
race,
illegal
this to
model.
watch,
It's a
isn't
very
it?
weird
I'm
race.
happy with mine,
Really
actually.
It is, yeah.
It's a
Pulling
really
stumps.
funny race.
It could be only 3-4 finishers
Yeah.
here, the way they're going.
I'm happy with my
we will
horse.
see about the times. It's 5.4 on the going stick, which is proper soft ground, you know. Again, we said it yesterday. We were talking about it on the show, weren't we? We were talking about it. We wouldn't totally discount yours, G. Well, if they're falling old.
Come on, pulling stumps.
It's always soft on this day up there and testing ground. We've got some really good chases coming your way. Of course, culminating in the 335, the Midlands National. Let us know what you like for that. But at the moment, it's pulling up stumps. Natalie Green.
Yeah, it's got to stay here, Dave. I'm not.
Market drifter, but in front at the moment. Serious charges,
not
though. Has he got your
completely
measure?
convinced, but let's.
It's the 2 novices, G, because Paddy's motorbike is folding. That is tiring old ground there, isn't it?
5-2 on.
Wow, 5-2 on. What does
Serious
he find?
Charges, 6 is on now.
Yeah, okay. It's just a case of pressing the button, isn't it, Rex Dingle?
Yeah.
He's on the steel, isn't
Looks
he?
that way.
Yeah.
They might
You
have
know,
one here.
this might...
Off he
Cateson
goes.
could finish 4th here.
Oh, well, yeah, because they're walking in behind. Illegal models having a look. We'll keep an eye on that for you, Barry. It looks like the winner has flown.
Oh, I'm
if he
so
gets
sick
over
of
the
getting
last.
seconds. Just
he's
win.
1-on-1.
Pulling stumps.
For goodness sake.
But this is, although the ground is bad, this is pretty good domestic form because the 2 novices have absolutely thrashed the rest of them.
Oh well, another second
And
for me.
serious, yeah. All right, don't worry. Look, we'll talk about that in a second. Actually,
Keep on that camera.
Yeah, keep on that camera. What do we got?
No.
Oh,
No.
no. We got a bit excited there, didn't we? Oh, he just didn't fancy it. A lot of horses will not fancy that ground today. Unlike Barry All's Serious Charges, you called it turning in.
Yeah, there was no real anything news there other than pulling stumps traded. That was the only one that traded short at all in running, traded low of 1.86. So, just a little over 4 to 5 or 27 quid pulling stumps. But I kind when I was looking at from a form book point of view, I was kind of doing the form for soft, good to soft sort of ground. But Jamie, they're unconscious there going out in their second circuit. Some of those horses, and they're very, very strung out in behind. So it must be a lot worse than that.
We were worried on Wednesday, Barry, weren't we, after the deluge, and then it went into the Thursday when the sun, this is at Cheltenham, of course, when the sun shone on it. What sort of softer ground it's going to be? Because when it starts to get gluey and molasses, as it's been called this week, some horses just cannot stand it. We saw it quite a lot at the festival, didn't we, on the Thursday? We saw more non-runners as well.
Yeah, we did. Molasses-like was Brendan Duke's description for the going, and I thought it was a great one. A lot of horses just won't go on it, will they? And that was the case in that race.
Yeah, all right. So there you go. But actually, just keep with that winner for a minute. I was just looking at him as Barry was talking there. I mean, my no word of a lie, I absolutely hated it, didn't he? Blimey. He's beaten a good horse there, I reckon, in pulling stumps. They were both off level weights. What's he going to go at? £10? That would get you into a nice handicap, wouldn't it? And we're looking at 2 miles 7 staying handicap. There is one at Aintree, and they're going to be looking at it that way because he'd won his previous 2 starts by making all. They've showed a different side to his bow, haven't they?
Yeah, no, it's tactics were different. It was a funny race, really, wasn't it?
Really odd.
Like it was just a strange race. It was kind of when they then started to go up the tiny little bit of the hill. That's when we saw Lily pinching and Illegal Model just not having any of that. Kate's was there, not there, there, not there. It was a funny old race to watch. It's one of those races where I think it is quite good if you're on a train or when you're on your way home or something, just to have another little watch of it.
2 races though. It's like Cheltenham all over again.
Yeah.
2 favs.
Yes.
So there you go. Punters still doing well. That's good to say. A quick word on the ground at Kempton, where we're going to go back to shortly. Good ground, says Jamie Moore. We pretty much knew that. Drying ground, a combination of that going right-handed. This is Mark Goldstein, the winning rider. He can jump a lot better than that. So I think that...
Well, better hope so.
Otherwise he's not winning again, is he?
He'd never win another chase jumping like that, will he?
That's the first winner, of course. All right, we'll keep an eye on that time at Uttoxeter. I don't know, is that putting you off, or are you looking at war of attrition stuff in the Midlands National? Who's going to be the best stayer there, 3:35? Let us know. Keep that chat going. Myself, Dave Orton, not so chatty Natty, as you wanted to call yourself on your... You're doing well.
Not so chatty Natty, yes.
Been a long week for you, Nat.
Yeah, it's been a long week. I'm looking at the horses' names and I can tell my mind is just going quite slowly now, trying to pronounce them all correctly.
We love it though, don't we?
Love it. It's not. We said yesterday, it's not work. It's not. It's absolutely amazing. And
oh yeah, I love these races as well. I love like one handicap after the other after the other. It's right up my street.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Shall we go to...
Plenty to get stuck into today, isn't
it?
You know,
really competitive.
I'd almost say my best bet of the day is coming up, actually.
Is it really? In the 205 at Kempton? All right, well, let's get an update from Barry on the market in the 205, if you don't mind then. Caddy Hill, a non-runner, but 5 go to post. And who do you like, Barry?
Yeah, it's a tricky little contest. Gold Boy Grey has been really, really strong in the market now. It's 205, 3.9 Rockstar Ronnie, Sebastopol 4-2, 5-5 Sirocco Joe, and 110 Storm Rising. I thought Rockstar Ronnie was a fortunate winner last day. Obviously, Sebastopol was going to win. Traded 101 on the Betfair Exchange before falling at the last, presenting the race to Rockstar Ronnie. And Rockstar Ronnie's £10 better off for that win. But was going to... Sebastopol has a tongue-tie advisor on for the first time today. Pulled up last day. I think it was the ground more than anything. He'll appreciate a bit of better ground, I'm sure. But just going to have a small £25 bet to win on Rockstar Ronnie. We'll set our own odds here, which you can do obviously on the Betfair Exchange. So we're going to look to back him at around 4.0, which is 3-1. He's currently 3.85. So if you select back and move the odds up to 4.0 and £25 and submit that bet, that will go over into the lay section, into the pink. So we want someone to come in and lay us that bet. And I'm quite confident the way he's drifting at the moment that someone will. But offer 117 days, comes here a fresh horse, like the good ground, has good course form as well, albeit he was handed the race last day.
Super. And I'm glad that you're going that way, as are you.
Yeah, who's yours?
Yeah, Rockstar Ronnie.
Oh, it's a 4-way play.
4-way.
The ground.
It's Constitution Hill all over again.
No, this is right. This is how you got to look at Golden Boy Grey. Can see the love there, but had a few sketchy jumps, which I didn't love at Huntington last time. Got to turn a foot though, so you kind of got to consider that. But Rockstar Ronnie, 2 wins here in November because of the ground. We had that really dry sort of winter, didn't we? And it's got to be all about the ground for me. He likes to get on with things, learn to settle a bit better. Tick, 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 tick.
Great name. I'm sure that will help him. But
you could probably elaborate more, G-Rod.
Yeah, it's got to be Ronnie Wood, isn't it? Absolutely. You'd imagine that Harry Highclere Herbert has probably got some link there.
So what's your...
I know this horse really well because I was at Kempton for both of his wins. And I was at Kempton when Sebastopol was going to go and beat him, and then he was mightily unlucky to fall at the last. I'm not convinced that Sebastopol was going to beat him as easily as it looked because he's a funny horse.
Thinker.
And
Nitus.
There's a big turnaround in the weight, £10 in the weight for Rockstar Ronnie. Yeah, Kempton suits him well, good ground suits him well, Nat, you got that spot on. And I think those two are miles in advance of the form that the Gary Moore has shown Golden Boy Grey. I thought it was between Rockstar Ronnie and Sebastopol, and I thought Rockstar Ronnie was by far the more reliable of the two, by far. And he's coming in off a break, Skelton off a break.
I guess the drift is probably because we haven't seen him. He was strong in the market early, though, wasn't he? So that's what you want to see, really. You're backing his fitness. If he's there, he's a very progressive horse.
But Dan wouldn't run it on winter soft ground. He just wouldn't.
Yeah.
Absolutely no point.
All right.
'Cause it
So
doesn't-
Golden
doesn't
Boy
go on
Gray
it.
has been running on the slop, hasn't he? Sebastopol's a bit of a thinker. Scirocco Joe was weak in the market. I was a bit surprised about that because he could have jumped better on his chasing debut. I haven't seen him since, but I don't know. I'm not sure whether he's going to.
Not one of our leading lights is how
Yeah.
Paul Nicholls described him in
Okay.
his piece on Betfair. I think that's probably a fair description.
Yeah, he's not every Paul Nicholls horse goes on to be a better chaser. He's not written in stone
No.
that'll happen.
He needs to improve a lot. I mean,
We've got some socials up there. Hugh Masson, good to have you back, Hugh. Back Golden Boy Grey, waltzed by a good Venetia. Must be a bet. Oh, okay. I see. A good Venetia.
I don't
horse.
understand
Right, I see.
that
No, I get that. I mean, Venetia had a right old week, didn't she? A right
yes,
old week.
yeah, God, Venetia's
Yeah,
the best
2 winners
festival,
in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
best festival ever.
Oh,
Venetia.
yeah. She's been the best trainer in Britain this season, bar none.
Incredible.
Statement.
Yeah, that's a
number
fair
3.
statement.
Long
Yeah.
press day. Oh,
That's a fair statement. She's been, she's really, she's had a fantastic year, hasn't she? She had a fantastic season for sure.
yeah, with long press
Like
day.
numerically, her prize money she mightn't be, but she's got one of the best young horses in England, staying chasers anyway, in Long Pressy.
And I can't
Wow.
believe Long Presse was her first Grade 1 winner in the Silly Hours for like nearly 20 years. What? Get your head around that.
We're all
Get your head
tipping
around
the
that.
same horse. We're all friends about the same horse. And Barry's
Is that-
agreeing
is that-
you've made a fair statement. This is something weird going on here today.
Is it great minds think alike or fools seldom differ? We'll find out.
Let's go for the great minds, Barry.
Let's go. Well, right now, it's the great minds.
The race will tell us that, Nat.
Yeah. And he's quite sort of, he wants to get racing, doesn't he? Look, he's sticking his head up and down, and that will happen shortly because the flag is up, guys.
Position
Good luck.
A1 here.
Wherever you're
Bridget
playing,
Andrews.
I see the commander Von Roerich, who's with us
She's
all
good,
week. Some
isn't she,
great
Bridget
socials. He
Andrews?
likes Scirocco Joe. Golden Boy Grey, the one for money, says Barry. How will we cope with this much quicker
She
terrain?
knows where she wants to be, Dave, doesn't she?
Yeah, Storm Rising, the big outsider, but is going to look on in some very famous colours out the back. Right, and we're going to try and make all. Bridge is going for it from the front.
Well, she knew where she wants to be.
Yeah, maybe I'll get that interview after all if she wins. Scirocco Joe in a share of the lead. Golden Boy Grey taking a good old tug just off them. Sebastopol all over the first. Okay. Suppose you could be a bit picky about the one on the inside, but apart from that, all absolutely fine. I won't go to Barry for a bit because it will all be pretty much as the same. Because, look, guys, if you're new to this show, and we've got loads of new viewers during this week. You see the market all are happening as you get involved. We'll tell you what we think might be the in-running play. That's where this show comes into its own. And, of course,
I think it's nice what
real-time
Bridget's
analysis.
doing here. They've had to work a little bit to get this horse to relax, Rockstar Ronnie, as you can probably tell by his name. But I think she's being very wise at obviously being fresh as well. So she just says, it's all right, have your way of things. Like, keep your head together because it is inclined to.
one half of the famous
Strangely,
Andrews sisters.
Sebastopol went very short.
Did he?
Really?
Just as soon as they set off. Yeah, like you'd think Rockstar Ronnie would have come in significantly, but it's out to 3-1 Rockstar Ronnie, 4.0. 292 Sebastopol had a Betfair SP at 3.5. And Golden Boy's out to 3-1 as well. So he's been the main mover in the market so far, Sebastopol.
He's been called some proper names, isn't he, G?
Yeah.
Sebastopol.
I don't think he's a rogue. He did run into some good horses. It was third time lucky once, wasn't there? And a couple of other decent horses. And he was definitely unlucky not to win that day. He would have beaten Rockstar Ronnie that day. It's just the turnaround in weight here, isn't it?
They always seem to be back these colours, don't they? The owner for Tom Lacey. Tom Lacey's having a strong second half of the season, as we've mentioned already this week. He's looking for the owners. It's Balti Brooks, of course, who does have a licence himself.
Lovely
doesn't he?
jump from.
All right, then. We're on the far side. This is going to be fast and furious. Just a minimum trip here. Love to see these 2 mile chases around Kempton.
Yeah,
and Rockstar Ronnie.
we're losing Storm Rising out the TV screen, I'm afraid, for
Yeah.
those that.
Not the
watching
horse of
Newcastle.
old, Paul
No.
Storm Rising. He's
Must
going
be back by.
He's going to try and finish for some prize money, though, isn't he? And fair play for turning up. All right, okay, we're on the far side, but 6 out, I'm going to say.
We want some good jumps down this line of fences.
Well, we're
here,
going
Dave.
beautifully at the moment. Jamie Moore's got the move covered, though, you would imagine. Okay, Barry, we think we're 6 out.
Yeah, the one in front is 3.6 Rockstar Ronnie. Scirocco Joe is out to 11. 5-4 now, Sebastopol. And Gold Boy Grey, who just left his legs in the fence there, a little whip, 2 fences back is 4.4. But it looks like it's between the two that fought out to finish last day, Sebastopol and Rockstar Ronnie.
Thank you, Barry. Yeah, Sebastopol now. Come on, then, says Stan Shepherd. Make your mind up. Stan's having a really good season. Scirocco Joe, the meat and sandwich at the minute. Rockstar Ronnie's a bit
leave that
fiddly
one
there.
right.
And this is
That's it.
it's a good move by the
gone.
other jockeys to try and disappoint him. Come on, Bridge, you're going to have to wake him up now. This is the 4th last, which you have to land running
Bridge.
at.
Trouble now.
Yeah, that was a bit better. No, he's been taken off his
trouble
feet
now.
here. Yeah, We're going to have to add another 0 onto that, I'm
for
afraid.
goodness sake.
As now, if you're on Golden Boy Grey, you're thinking, oh, delightful. I've got Sebastopol upsides me. Happy days.
I think he's going to do it, Dave. He's hard on the bridle,
the
isn't
backers
he?
are saying. Rockstar Ronnie's doing his best to get back into it.
137 Sebastopol.
Yeah.
1 to 2 Sebastopol, 2 to 1 Golden Boy.
I mean, I would not be having a bar of that.
No, but if
would
you're
you?
looking at pictures now, you're thinking, God, doesn't he look terrific? Like,
If you're
within
Stan
himself,
Shepherd,
doesn't
you're
he?
probably thinking, I
bridle.
can't hit the front too soon, but I want to disappoint the Golden Boy as well. The others are trying to close again. They'll be going back up in trip, I think.
5 to 1
Rockstar
on
Ronnie.
Sebastopol.
He's absolutely closing.
14 to 1 on with 2 to jump. 25 to 1 on with 2 to jump.
Every dog has his day. Is this going to be Sebastopol's? We saw it in the first race.
This is where he fell last
Yeah,
day.
let's
after
hope he
trading
gets
at
over this
101 on.
time.
Yeah, you wouldn't. I mean, listen, you'd be hiding behind the sofa now. 'cause
He
this
looks
is
like he
Sebastopol's.
wants it
Steady,
today.
steady, steady. He sees a stride.
Here we go. Over he goes.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah,
Whee!
I mean,
Fiddled
he
it.
doesn't make life easy for himself, does he? But he has got the job done. Has he just been waiting for this winter ground? I mean, he's won this as a canter, hasn't he? Yeah. That must be finally what they see at home.
Yeah.
Golden Boy Grey, really well punted, ran his race in second, just found a spring horse too good, really. I guess it's the combination of the headgear, G, which has worked the oracle.
Yeah, a bit disappointed really because I thought it was between him and Rockstar Ronnie and came down on the wrong one there. But probably being a bit harsh on him that although seconds by his name, you start to question him, don't you? And he was going to get the job done that day when he fell.
Yeah.
And he's just done it. He's done it, and he deserves that win.
Yeah, absolutely. Quite right. You've got to
yeah,
find the
of
races,
course.
haven't
I
you?
just deserve it. I mean, that was, and everything's so easy in hindsight, isn't it? But those last two fences, that lovely camera angle, I mean, it looks a picture, doesn't it? The horse, you know, you're just like, oh. I mean,
Well, yeah, well, absolutely.
Fiddle's the
But look at
last.
that last fence.
Fiddle's the last.
That was
Could
very
have gone long.
Alaho-like,
Could have
wasn't
gone
it?
long,
Yeah.
chipped in, didn't need to. But he's wanted it today, don't you think, attitude-wise? Look at that.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, you're right, Nat. And would you think they'll be trying to turn him out under a penalty or something now? Because he's won really easy in the end. He's not had much of a race.
Yeah, he's probably not far off graded class, is he? I mean,
Yeah.
the horses he was competing with, third time lucky in that Cheltenham race, that form was far and away the best piece of form in the race. But you just always when you see a horse with that many sort of, you had a P and an F and twos, and
You can't help it, can you? But
just sort of back of your mind.
what
We're
would you say
watching the
about
replay.
Rockstar Ronnie's attitude then? Because
Well-
it was a bit disappointing because as soon as he was put at it, it was a bit like, oh, just gave up.
Well, it was the error, wasn't it? I was going to go to Barry with this. That was
Knocked
when the
off
race
rhythm.
market changed, Barry, wasn't it? When our Rockstar Ronnie just wasn't great, basically 4 out. 5 out,
You see the
sorry.
damn tools when he was passed.
Yeah.
When they went by him, he didn't want to know about it after that. Really disappointing. Not like the rest of you, the 10-pound swing with Sebastopol is what did it for me. But obviously, yeah, Sebastopol a bit of better spring ground. He's really appreciated that. Your runner-up, Golden Boy Grey, matched the low at 2.38. So 11 to 8, Golden Boy Grey, a low in running on the Betfair Exchange.
There were some highs in the first race. At
He
Kempton
might be
Uttoxeter.
that sort of horse, Rockstar Ronnie, because when he was beaten first time out in quite a hot race at Newton Abbott by Warlord, he led in that race and then he just stopped to a walk almost.
Yeah, I noticed just a couple of seconds ago when Bridget sort of gave him a bit of a tap, say, come on, he sort of swished his tail as if to say, don't you do that to me. So
I
it
think you
could
go
be.
up in trip a little bit as well.
Yeah.
You might. We should
Yeah.
watch the Rockstar's attitude.
Yes, we need to keep an eye on the attitude.
Tenuous link, but
Yes.
I got it over the line.
Say air, you'll see him go to air, I would imagine. I mean, come on, significantly for that run.
Yeah, of course, we've got air coming up. That's on
Gosh.
the 2nd of April,
2nd
isn't
of
it?
April, yeah.
We're covering that, of course, in the studio. Lincoln next Saturday. We'll be introducing some new faces. Well, some well-known judges, but some new faces to this show. Really looking forward to that. Delighted to say that Millman will be back with us.
Oh yeah, a bit flat and he's back,
Well,
is
mate.
he? Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing Millman.
He's had a winter at grass and he's coming in. He might improve for the run, but we love a bit of James.
Will he
don't we?
be his usual full of beans self?
Well, you know, if anyone can keep it brief, it's James, but I will get him rocking and rolling for you next Saturday. Don't worry about that. We've got Wilders coming in as well. Robbie,
yeah,
the anti-postman.
Robbie in for his debut on live next week.
And Tom Park as well, our
Oh,
weekly
wow.
editor.
Wow, brilliant.
Who loves the game.
Got a
and
stellar panel.
They are very excited about coming on as well. So
Fantastic, yeah.
we thought, as it's a bit of a change with the Lincoln and that, we might as well.
A change of faces.
Why not?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
brilliant, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And the rest of you are on holiday, so you're off skiing, aren't you? Oh, you're going to check on Monday.
I'm
aren't
going
you?
to Prague on Monday for my sister and I are taking my dad for his 70th. Just to 2 or 3 days. It was 3 days, but let's not big it up too much.
We'll hope you make it back.
Of course I will. Can try some Czech beer.
Yeah, oh yeah, very nice, absolutely. In the sun, hopefully. Right, okay. 4 tips and finish last, says LHLMZ. We will do better for you, don't worry. Listen, we've had the winner of the first, and we will go to Uttoxeter next. Obviously, it's 225. This is traditionally quite a hot novice handicap, this. You can see Welsh national horses in it and the like. So I'll get you the roll call of honour after Barry gives us a market update on Fuji Flight for Phoenicia.
Yeah, 4.2 Fuji Flight, 5-1 each of 2, Sempalay and Young Bull, 7.4. Doc picked me. That's a dangerous thing to say. 10 Mario de Pale, Gustavian 13 and 14 Midnight River. But I like Mario de Pale in it. Finished second to Pick Dory on a run in Foss last October. Well, in a decent race, what I hope it can work out a decent race last day in Chepstow, was made a mistake at the 5th last, was on his nose at the 3rd last, but stayed on well to be beaten 11 lengths behind Strike a Pose and the Young Warrior, who I put up later on. I think he'll go well, the Young Warrior. So really interested to see how Mario de Pel's on here. Just going to have, he's an outsider, he's 10.0 on the Betfair Exchange. The way that ground is as well, we're just going to have 25 quid win on him, win only here, because after seeing how strung out they were in the first race, this could be an all or nothing sort of day in terms of win only, because you could be sacrificing your place part with horses on bad ground. It's a big risk today.
Well, okay, all right. And he is a soft ground winner over hurdles, isn't he? And that Pick Dory form at the start of the season, like you mentioned, yeah, he's got it there. This is an interesting race. I'm going to give you the roll call of honour. I said I'd get it, didn't I? Have I got it quickly enough? Yes, I have. Still operating at the top level.
I don't know how you're the only one that always has internet in the studio. So many fishies going on here.
Well, you know, cough up and we
Yeah,
can see what we
I'm
can do
often
about
left
that.
high and dry. Dave's like, I'll just file the roll of honour.
I use a program called Race On Interactive. You can, of course, buy that at the Post. Another sales pitch there.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I genuinely couldn't live without it. You love it as well, don't you, actually?
Yeah.
Rodney Patinga, who runs it for us. Good old Rodders.
Yeah, Rodney Patinga is probably fed up with me asking him questions about what I can run and what I can't
his
run.
name?
Rodney Patinga.
Fantastic name.
Yeah, he's got...
Oh, we still got the offer on the $9.99.
We're bound to. Yes,
And that's
we are.
a good offer.
You're getting the game as well, aren't you?
I'm getting the
RP
game.
Queen,
I'm
we call you.
I'm getting the game.
Absolutely, we'll be oohs and ahhing.
Who said I'm not
There we are,
commercial
as
or
Will says in the studio.
journalistic?
Like by magic, there is that limited offer, $9.99 a month for your first month. Basically gives you unlimited access. I know this script's off by heart now, don't need to look at it. And you get all the spotlights, of course. You can read G-Rod. You can even read some of my analysis, which I do occasionally during the week. You get all the video replays, digital edition at 9 o'clock, straight to your inbox, which you are using.
Yes.
No internet, I thought.
I downloaded. Oh, my
You can use an offline version.
You can use an offline version. Honestly, you've just covered every aspect, every angle. Fabulous.
$9.99. There you go. If you've had a good week, you might want to think about that. Okay, so roll call. Ask me early. Last year, Harry Fry. Harry Fry's got a great record in this because he's won it with a horse like American as well, fragile but very talented. Durasha Counter, Ladbrokes Trophy winner. Sam's Adventure, Tommy Whittle winner. Tommy Whittle winner. We've seen it on this show. You're looking at me like, what? You should know this sort of thing. Come on.
Did he not win an Ida? No.
No, we ran in an Ida. It was the second.
Melrose loves him,
I think
don't
Melrose might have put him up. Can I give you a line, Barry, about serious charges? We've got Jack Haynes on course for us today up at Uttoxeter, one of our really, really good reporters up there. And serious charges is a lovely horse and will be a nice chase. I think we can see that. Anthony Hannibal, this is. We could go to the Punchestown Festival next.
Oh, that'd be nice. For what?
Handicap
Is it
hurdle
handicap?
over there. Yeah, there's a valuable handicap hurdle. We've been over there and we've won before. Who's the horses that he's... What's that almost impossible to pronounce JP horse that he won with last year? Do you remember when there was so much was said about 23.5 last year with the demolition of 2021? And then we went over to the Punchestown Festival, we being the Brits, and we won a couple of handicaps over there, didn't we? We were like, send your horse, Clandezoba one. Send your horses. You know, it was a lot was said about that.
That's
wasn't
right,
it?
yeah.
And I can't remember who the Anthony Hannibal... it's the one you can't pronounce.
Soulier, was it?
Yeah.
That
Oh,
Doc?
well
Soulier
done.
Doc.
Barry's there. I heard a bit of keyboard
Barry.
clicking. But,
In Ascot one day that it won.
I think that went over there. Harry Fry's got a good record over there as well. I'm really looking forward to Punchestown.
Yeah.
When is Punchestown, Barry? You've probably got one of our must not miss.
I have a Racing Post calendar right
Do you?
here. And
I went
it's
once,
telling
it's
me that
brilliant.
I certainly have, and it's telling me the Punchestown starts on Tuesday, the 26th of April.
Oh, can't wait. Just as
Brilliant.
just as you're starting to think about guineas and stuff, you get back in the action, don't you? If only we all had a Racing Post calendar.
Why can't we? I think we should all go. I've been to Punchestown once. The festival was absolutely fantastic. I'm up for going again.
You know, it clashes with the Guineas.
Yeah. So
I'm up for Punchestown.
Well,
It
hang on a minute.
finishes on the same day. The Guineas is
Hang on a
on
minute.
the Saturday.
I've seen your May dates. So I'm pretty sure you should put yourself down for the guineas. We want that in for the
wrecked that
guineas,
one.
don't we? Oh my goodness gracious me, guineas! That makes your head hurt, doesn't it? Yeah, we'll be covering that, of course.
Not
It's
that long.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this year, isn't it? Newmarket. Let's get some social up. And,
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
All right, here we go. I've been waiting for this to come in. Got Gustavian. Let's talk about some tips then. We know what Barry's on. I've had a little bit of this on this guy. I could see that. He's a right old character, but he does go on the ground, and it would be a Honeyball double, wouldn't it? I backed him at Exeter when he just did not want to put his head in front. He can take a fence or two with him, but if he's in a rhythm, I put him up on a feature show yesterday that we did, when I had to have a couple of early morning guesses. And he was just the one I knew. But I was talking to our handicapper, Matt Gardner, who spent the day with us yesterday in the office, Gold Cup day, real shrewd chap. He told me there'd be a gamble on Young Bull. And he's been quite right. Harry Whittington's horse, he expects it to go very well. And he sort of convinced me, and I put that on top.
Yeah, he's on a good mark, isn't he? I agree with Barry in this Mario de Pale because I think it's a good combo, isn't it? Sam and Sam. There's a lot of appeal here. Needs to find a bit of better fluency in the old jumping department, but that's something that Sam, trainer Sam, would be pretty good at home doing the homework. But I'm so boring in this, but I'm on Fuji Flight. Such a boring pick, isn't it? But I just really thought he got his act together of late and impressed in recent successes. Hereford, Newbury. The mark now is still workable. Josh, we're kind of getting there from his opening handicap mark, but Venetia in fantastic form. We've already touched upon the festival. 2 seconds, 2 wins. Amazing. So, yeah, very boring pick from me, but I can definitely, if I was on the Betfair Exchange, Barry's pick is of much more value and of interest.
So you're kind of playing it like me. I've got a shorter one,
Yes.
and I've got a
Yeah.
Gustavian. I couldn't tip Gustavian to people because
Yeah.
unlike our social
No,
comment.
I'd much rather have Mario de Pale over any of the others.
Fine. All right, we're getting down the line to G. I'll throw Lucy Turner into that combination of festival winners, by the way. Chambord.
Yeah.
Chambard.
Which we...
Yes, this is what you pour into champagne, one of them. Chambard, isn't it? Is
Yeah.
it? But I still
Chambord
have
is what you
no
pour it.
idea how that horse won the Kinmure. That's one of the strangest results of the week for me because I just thought it was thoroughly exposed. And I guess Lucy Turner would have something to do with that.
Yeah, she's very good. Yeah, I backed Mr. Coffee in that race and
Yeah.
Who didn't?
thought we were picking up turning for home because
Yeah.
he was travelling like the
He
winner.
down tools
wasn't
the
he?
tap.
did
He
we.
ran
I
really
did,
well,
Mr.
didn't he?
Coffee.
Yeah, but-
Did you back Mr. Coffee?
Yeah,
Yeah, I did.
yeah,
I think we all
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Got the word, didn't we? And that it might fancy it a bit.
It was well back, wasn't he? And this is my best bet of the day. This is my nap of the day, Fuji Flight. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Fuji
Sorry, we've been, nit-natting away over here.
Yeah, this is the bet of the day. Lucy Turner claimed £7 for a start, and I think that could be a big factor here. Only gone up £5 for the last win, so in effect, he's actually racing off a £2 lower mark than when last successful, if you include the claim. Now, of course, this is where we get very controversial, isn't it? Because I like to include the claim because I don't think that there's that much difference between Lucy Turner and Charlie Deutsch. I think that Lucy Turner's an
What?
excellent rider. Yeah, I think
Hey?
she's excellent. Yeah.
Come on, you started off with fair statements. We were giving you a bit of credence. Look, look, she's a festival winning rider.
You don't think that Lucy Turner's as good a jockey as Charlie Deutsch?
No.
Really?
I'm sure that
She's a £7 claimer, G-Rod.
One day she might be,
Still a
G.
conditional.
He's being mischievous here, and I know you are because you've got that look in your face. I'm gonna
asked-
represent the world, and Barry's gonna have a go as well. What are you? He's talking.
I
absolute
think Charlie
nonsense.
Deutsch is phenomenal. She's a good rider. Not as good as Charlie.
She's very polite
Nice
and
to see-
diplomatic, and even Nat is thinking you're bonkers on this one.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's nice. Venetia's in pictures now being interviewed. Looks windy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, wasn't she dressed spectacularly?
Oh,
We mentioned
that
that on the show,
coat,
didn't we?
that-
Because it was bucketing down with long press, and there she was in her tiger coat and the shades.
Yeah, she's great, isn't she?
So cool.
Yeah.
She's great.
She's
Yeah,
aging
she's
as well as
cool,
the
yeah.
horses are running. Venetia.
Yeah, no, this horse anyway. No matter,
Hang on, that's fine to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a massive compliment.
no matter,
Barry's lost it.
no matter whether Lucy Turner,
You never know where you go. It's long week.
no matter whether she's as good as Charlie or not, this horse won by 16 lengths at Hereford, jumping left-handed on a right-handed track, and still won by 16 lengths. Last time out in Newbury, they went absolutely no pace, turned into a sprint up the straight, and this horse was still able to come from last to first and win. I just think that this horse is well ahead of its mark, and I'm hoping that it's going to show it here.
And your mate Devo, who you've met
Yeah.
as well, is agreeing with you because the social I can
Yes,
see it in the
Devo.
chat. The chat's been, I'll tell you what, the chat has been really pleasing to watch today. Sort of keep an eye on it. I know that Barry does as well. This just wins, doesn't it? Doc Pick Me is the nap of the day. Okay, yeah. First time visor like we saw on Sebastopol there for John Joe and another. It's the other Harry Whittington horse, isn't it? This one's shown its hand a little bit more. But I think this is a bullish type of race. Whatever wins this will be looking towards maybe a Ladbrokes Trophy down the line, maybe a Welsh National.
Yeah, no, look,
Are we a bit scared of the ground though after that first race? We're all a bit like please.
No, I think not with
Hurdles
Fuji.
course can be different.
Not with Fuji Flight. No.
We want it like that because all Venetias go through this ground like that, like a Land Rover, don't they?
They do, and had a look at it in the paddock on the screens. Nothing to dislike. Yes, I think very good chance. You just got to take the form she's in, and like you say, the jockey on board. It's all the factors that we try and look at in racing. Yes, it's easy to just pick the favourite. It's in shot now.
He's just given he's given me looks. G-Rod is because the mischievous side of him is coming out. Soon to be Grade 1 winning jockey, Lucy Turner. You've said it. You have said it. Sam Palais, Melrose has backed this.
Oh, God.
He was talking to me about it.
What do you call him? The insufferable rationalist?
The insufferable rationalist, yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's all sorts of names he called him. Quiz. He was annoyingly with the quiz, wasn't he? This week, I was asking
Quizmaster.
when was the last such and such winner of this, such as was getting most of
I
them.
don't know how anyone can know that much information.
I must admit, I do have to remind myself before I ask the questions, even. So it's not.
But
like you
even
just
in the
know
pub
them.
last night, you think for the first half an hour you have a good debrief, but honestly, 2 hours later we're still chuffing talking about horses. I was like, come
And
on,
numbers.
guys, let's talk about something else.
Yeah, we just hired a new handicapper who came, a guy called Johnny, and you'll be reading his stuff. But they were just all talking about numbers still, wasn't it? It was like, how's the kids? I was going to say, and all that.
Yeah,
sort of
Dave
stuff
and I were
got
like
shut
this.
down. Yeah, exactly, exactly. But yeah,
Sounds like a good night.
Well, it was all right. It was all right. We're still here, aren't we? And Sam Palais, Barry's been really solid in the market, isn't it? Getting back to that exchange.
4.9 now. He's your favourite ahead of Fuji Flight, who's 5.068. Young Bull. Sorry, Doc Picked Me is 7.686. Mario de Palais. He's come in for some support. He was into 7.8 at one stage. Gustavian 10.5, and Midnight River is 9.0.
Yeah.
So they're all single figure price, just to show how a competitive race it is.
That's weird, isn't it, Barry? We very rarely see that.
Very rarely, very rarely see that
God, yeah,
on the
there's
exchange.
not much between, is there?
I've had a bit on that. Midnight River just hasn't been able to jump so far. Harry Skelton's on and is a course winner and very talented he was over hurdles, but he just hasn't taken to chasing so far. So it's a brave call this. But nap of the day, taking flight under top 3 jockey, Lucy Turner.
Lucy Turner, yeah.
She looks so young. We saw her being interviewed, didn't we?
Yeah.
She was so young, didn't she? She actually sort of come out of nowhere, didn't she? I remember seeing her at Ludlow maybe in December.
Oh.
Someone's being a bit of a monkey at the start. Is that Doc Picked Me?
Talking of reminding us of
It's all right,
Cheltenham.
Lucy's gonna
This has
be
been
in
an
the right
awkward start.
place.
Okay, and we're off and
fly
running.
out.
All right, let's see who the future staying star is in this pack. Wide open, says Barry, all single figures. Really rare to see that. And away we go. And Doc Picked Me, one of Harry Whittington's. Over he goes, young John Joe Jr. Given a go there. Fuji Flight on the inside. St. Palais got a nice fix. Melrose's argument with him was that the Ahoy Senor run, he took 2 fences with him and much better than that. So you'd like to see him in a good rhythm. He's jumped the first 2 beautifully. Young Bull, Harry Whittington's other rider, going a bit wide, isn't he? Looking for some of that better ground.
It is pricked.
It's
Young
funny.
Bull.
No, it's funny because we're seeing some dust coming up on the chase course. It's weird. Like what I call
Was
dust.
it?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, was it not the path?
Oh,
These
there's
bit-
another path,
Yeah.
so we're about to see some more dust coming. No, look, this is what I call. This is weird ground there because it is definitely under the hooves. You can see what I would call that spring mud. You know, when it dries up.
Yeah, it goes a bit crusty.
Half the field will hate this. So good luck wherever you play. Probably an in-running race. Talking of which, Barry, my Gustavian has jumped them well as well. Any love for him in the market?
He's the only one in double figures now. He's 11.5. So 4.1 St. Palais.
It's turning into that sort of day.
5.5.
It's turning into that sort of day.
Dave texted me when we're going to back all the winners today, Nat. So I was like, yes, we are. Oi.
Oh dear, Doc Pitmeat
Doc
has got John
Pitmeat.
Joe out the side door. That was a really weird jump, wasn't it, G?
He jinked, didn't he?
You're being very quiet, G-Rod. Why is this?
Jockey went the other, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think my horse is going that well here, Dave.
Yes, I thought you were going quiet.
He's not.
reason.
G-Rod, he's not at the moment because he's just got his ears quite flat back. But let's not.
You think he don't fancy it today? It looks a bit like Shishkin when he jumped off and then.
Shishkin, no, we'll talk about this later. Shishkin was in a mood in the parade ring.
Was he?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Horsey person
Well,
says.
he
Didn't
was
fancy it.
No.
No, I think.
David, many fences do they jump here?
Good question. I can tell
Luckily,
you.
they've got to go round
It's
again.
due to be 18, Barry. So what? We had 5 of them
okay.
so far. It's a proper jumping test, Uttoxeter, isn't it?
I know what you mean, though, G-Rod. He just Fuji Flight's just got his ears back.
Yeah.
So it's
Young
hard
Bull
to,
finds himself in front now as a result of his stablemate getting rid of John Joe O'Neill Jr. Midnight River's gone well as well. Again, a horse that has taken fences with him in his previous chasing career. So
Mario De Pale's in a nice rhythm, lolloping along, not
right
doing,
on the inside.
not
yeah.
doing anything wrong there.
Again.
They
this
all
is-
seem to be travelling well in themselves,
Yeah,
don't they?
yeah.
It's basically
Oh,
mirroring
there's the dust
exchange
day that
market.
you're on about.
Look at him. Look. He's
Yeah,
pretty,
I'm not
he's
happy about
pretty studious
this.
here.
I'm not happy about this. I'd like to see him closer.
He doesn't look very happy, but
Yeah.
let's.
I think what G-Rod's feeling is being borne out on the exchange, isn't it, Barry, with Fuji Flight?
Out to 7.8 Fuji Flight and Miss Lucy Turner, £7 claimer, 7 to 1.
I know, that-
on the
maybe
exchange,
that's
8 to
what it
1
is.
now and drifting all the time.
They might be thinking Charlie
I tell you
should
one that is going well, Midnight River. It's
Yeah.
6.6, 6.0 now, Midnight River. But
Very-
Young Bull and St. Palais are 4 each two.
very capable of winning off this mark if putting it in. I know it won to go against Pay the Piper, a decent horse in a handicap at Weatherby, but jumping is the thing, and you're right, absolute die straight.
Yeah. Who are you talking about?
Straight as a die.
Oh, yeah.
Midnight River. Not straight. There's
I'm,
no horse called
I'm,
straight as a die.
I'm just watching Young Bull. It's so fascinating to watch it. Honestly, his ears are absolutely pinned, pricked forward, enjoying being up front there. And
Never seen G-Rod so quiet.
don't worry,
during the
G-Rod,
race.
don't worry yet.
It's a
Running
weird-
in snatches,
it's a weird-
G-Rod,
It's a
isn't
weird
it?
race. Lucky he's got a good jockey on.
Well, the best jockey.
Yeah, lucky we've got a good jockey on. He's
Well,
coming back
actually,
now.
she's doing really well so
Yeah,
far. I mean, look.
don't worry too much. It's just,
Yeah. All right. Memories are long pressed then as we talk about Charlie
Still
Deutsch.
grouped
Wasn't
together,
that a
aren't
great
they?
moment? All right. Midnight River now just going back to I'll tell you, Gustavin as well. If he's on a going day, more than capable of taking this out. So at the moment, we go on to the far side. They'll soon be going for it, I would imagine, gallop-wise. And Young Bull, strong stayer he is, still in front. Mario De Pelle had a reach for that one. Gustavin keeps catching the eye. St. Palais, class angle, back in a handicap. Absolutely all to play for then. Barry, let's come to you with what? Probably around about 8 to jump.
Yeah, just as they clear that there. 3.85 St. Palais, 4.8 Young Bull, 4 Gustavian.
Ooh.
In the betting now.
I'm happy to see that. But he can, the moment you ask Gustavin, like Sebastopol, you're not really sure what you're going to get. It's all up there.
thinker.
He has one. He has one. Oh, he might have one on his card, actually. I'll have a look at that.
It's a funny
Oh,
race.
as soon as I said that, Gustavin
Some
takes a
interesting
walk through the
jumps
fence,
there.
and you know,
He's not going to like that,
you
Dave.
he won't like that. Well, you wouldn't like it, would you? But he is. They're now starting to quicken it up. G-Rod.
Yeah, is he just lazy? Because he's come back on the steel now, isn't he? Oh, he's back under pressure again, my one, to Fuji Flight. It's on and off the bridle.
She's having to really
Yeah, it's
nurse
hard work,
him through
isn't
the
it?
race. She's really having to say, "Come on, mate." He's
Horrid
got
ride for a £7 claimer.
So I'll tell you, absolutely. If
This
he
isn't
gets this
any
one
old
home, Barry, he
£7
might be
claim.
right.
He didn't jump that well either.
Young Bull is now sensing the rest of them might be starting to wane, and he goes for it. Darryl J. Great to see Darryl back, isn't it? On a Saturday, fantastic.
Absolutely.
He's had some tough old injuries, and that was when he's just come
So
back from having to sit out.
optimistic.
Cheltenham, of course, they didn't have any winners, did they, Simon?
Well, Fuji Flight's going to really have to get his act together.
Sam Palais looks like he might be
Still
going
there.
low to me in a minute, Barry.
Yeah, he's crying enough, St. Palais, for my money. Best
okay.
traveller for me now is Midnight River at 4.7 on the exchange. But your favourite, St. Palais at 2.6, is just coming to take it up.
Yeah, he's
Is this Melrose's selection?
It is. He'll be watching from
Oh,
the
dear.
Alps, I would imagine, on his Racing Post app. And away
Yeah.
goes Young Bull. But Young Bull will keep going. It looks like Fuji Flight has finally cracked, although you shouldn't totally say that. On the inside, Mario De Pelle. Nat, if you had to call it.
I think we're probably ignoring Young Bull a little. I don't know.
Oh,
I
Mario
just-
De Pelle's gone and Fuji Flight's been hampered. Sorry, Nat.
No, don't apologise. No, I think Young Bull's put, but he's not really going
Winners
to be
in
quick
front,
enough
isn't it?
now, is he? Winners in.
Oh, he
I
walked
don't
through
know,
that,
Dave,
St.
it's-
Palais. Look at Gustavian coming. Is it too late in the day? That's
Midnight
the
River
question.
still.
Oh, yeah, 101, same play. We're on the running. All right, away we go. Very short running at Uttoxeter compared to the hurdles.
Unbelievably short.
Really, it's weird, isn't
Good
it? how
point
they're
to
so
say that
different.
for people that might not know. It's literally they jump and then you finished.
There we
You're
are.
like, whoa, what just happened?
Sam Palais, the insufferable rationalist. If you watched him yesterday,
Well, at least we all
on
mentioned that one
the
anyway.
feature shows, he put that up. It was one of his better bets of the day. Jamie Philby, who's doing the social for us, says, "G-Rod like a mouse." Ha ha. That's a bit of a blow.
Well,
isn't it?
he was just beaten after a couple of fences, you know, and was never going a yard.
Ground?
Just not run any race. I don't understand that. But there's, you know, that's horse racing, isn't it? I was having this discussion with a few people yesterday after Hillcrest ran an absolutely appalling race. Sometimes horses just don't turn up in their best form, and that was definitely the case there with Fuji Flight.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. Barry, two questions for you. The liquidity this week was absolutely off the charts, as you would expect, but even to my eye, it looked like it was near record for you guys at Betfair. What's it like on these races on the Saturday? Is it all about the Midlands National, really, on that front?
No, it's great. It's relatively strong. Like, there was £500,000 matched in that race there. Free and in running, when you put them together, over £500,000. So, yeah, obviously yesterday is exceptionally strong because it's Gold Cup Day. I think there was around £6.5 million matching the Gold Cup itself, which historically would be, along with the Derby, would be the top matched volumes figures for a race throughout the calendar year. That and the Grand National as well. Obviously, they'd be your top three races historically. But in running there, Young Bull hit a low of evens on the Betfair Exchange. Your winner had a Betfair SP of 507, so just around the 4-1 mark. Sam Palais. Outside of that, no real lows other than Gustavian hit a low of 4, which is 3-1 in running. Fuji Flight hit a low 3.95, but that was pre-race. That was in the betting itself. So, yeah, it looks a nice sort of winner, and it could go on to bigger and better things. Good to see those colours carry as well. That's Killer Clown, isn't it? Tim Snyder.
He's coming up, isn't he? Killer Clown at 3:15.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, and he's a Newbury winner, Barry. He beat Jericho Rock as well when he won at Newbury, who obviously nearly won an Ultima. So, look, it's a quiet Saturday by Cheltenham standards, but you've just seen a very good horse there, and I bet you your bottom dollar he turns up, all being well, in a Ladbrokes Trophy and tries and does what the Durasha counter did successfully 2 seasons ago. Okay, very likely race. Just
Only a 5-year-old as well,
yeah.
Dave.
I know, freaky, isn't he? He's a Kitty's light. Oh, man, I can't wait for that. We've got that coming up as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
We're talking about Shishkin a little bit. Okay, when's the next at Kempton? All right, we've got to go there. But we'll get to Shishkin. I can see
2:40, yeah.
Kenneth McClary on the chat. He's a bit of a character.
Yeah, you were
Kenneth.
smiling. Were you? Always
Well,
look
there's a
over.
bit of chat going on. I was responding to one. And he said, more Shishkin excuses. Yawn. That's Ken. Old Ken dog all over. He likes the worms.
What's the problem?
Shishkin. We'll talk about it, but we've got to get to the 240 because it is a right headache, this, Barry, for me. We've obviously put one up, but you can see why it's nearly 10-1, the field.
Yeah, the 240 in Kempton. Dorking Bull is the horse I like here. Currently trading at 11.0 on the exchange. He was dropped £2 for his run last day for finishing second to Bold Plan in Newbury. He was only beaten 3/4 of a length, so I thought that was quite generous of the handicapper. I liked his win in Taunton when he beat Master Debonair and Leon Convalio. He stayed on well that day. This is a very, very open race, but so I'm just going to take a chance with him in the win and place market. Obviously, places here are down to 5 on the Betfair Exchange. So we're going to have 25 quid win, please, G-Rod, at 10.5. Happy to be a price taker here at 10.5. And then we're going to look at the place market, which is 4 places, is the standard place market here. And in the standard place market, he's currently trading at 2-1. I think he's going to be bigger than that. I'd want to back him at around 5-2. So we'll set our own odds in the place market. We'll look to back him at 3.50, which is 5-2. And that will go over into the lay section. And as liquidity comes into the market, as we get nearer to post time, we've still, 3 or 4 minutes, we should get matched at 5-2 in the 4 places for Dorking Boy.
Okay, great stuff. A wide open race. Dorking Boy, who we'll see going down to post very shortly indeed for Barry, or then you got time to get involved on that. Let's hope you're having some fun in between the races, that's for sure, because we need it, don't we? Carry on the good vibes. It's all about the Nationals now coming up, isn't it? Midland at 3:35, April the 2nd. It will be, of course, the Scottish version. A week later this year, we go to Aintree. We'll be covering all 3 days at Aintree for you as well. And there's a rumour that Barry might think about making the flight over.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be really nice.
You're here on National Day, aren't you?
Yes, I certainly am. Can't wait.
G, you're here on the National Friday, I believe, with your sparring partner, Mel Rose.
Yeah, that'll be a big punch up between Melrose and I. See who can get the most winners, won't
You'll
it?
have to sit Bruce in front of you. Have you seen the Commander of the Fleet?
Is Bruce coming in as well?
Bruce is coming in as
Oh,
well.
yeah, he can be referee.
Loves
Look,
it.
we're expanding. The world is getting back to normal, so we should do. Right, okay. Who do we like in this, Nat?
Yeah, not just wide open, incredibly tricky. Not an excuse, it just is.
Listen,
you'd be out
crack
your
on.
mind to not think this is a tricky race to
Small
look at.
stakes race.
In pictures, yes, Solo does look very, very nice. Of course, the Adonis winner back in 2020, back over hurdles. Could take him on. Zanza has been desperate last two starts. Can this be Zanza's revival? Can it be? Surely not.
Surely not. I'm with you. For
Could
once, G,
JJ
I'm with
Riley
you.
be still be ahead of the handicapper? Brief times, longer trip could suit. Looked again good in pictures. And Sam for Evan Williams pulled up here last time.
So after going
So
around
what
in
I've come
circles.
down on is Paddy's motorbike.
Yeah, okay.
Each
four.
way only, please. Jumping errors here last time, but chase winner before that. So much less. But
You'll
come
love
down
the
on.
ground, Nat. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
I thought that.
G-Rod?
I'm on Carey's Commodity.
I'm glad you said that because someone in the chat said, I can't understand the drift. I'm going to press up.
Yeah, it's a huge price. Was beaten a neck over course and distance last time. The race was running an okay time. The horse that was fourth, Herbier, was beaten not very far in the Martin Pipe
Yeah, he ran yesterday, didn't he?
I think he finished. Well, he was in the top half of that field anyway. Yeah, he was only beaten a neck. He finished really well, Carey's Commodity, and he's 33 to 1. So I've backed Carey's Commodity each way.
Nearly got that wrong, but I'm going to say you just about
Is
called
it
that right.
Carey's or Kerry's?
Carey's. Commodity was the word. It's a tricky
Carey's
one.
Commodity.
Yeah, I like Art Approval for Fergal O'Brien, Conor Brace on. They didn't out luck in our first race. 2 near misses at the Cheltenham Festival. I like that Exeter form behind the mare and the horse that was third in that. Impressive Lady. The horse that was second, was Coeur Serene. You might remember some of you I put up in the Potemps were really well to finish 8th when I got 7 places.
We need a winner, don't we? Come on.
He ran really,
One of
really
us is
well.
gonna get a
We
winner
could
in
do
this.
with a winner, but it's 13
Come on,
to the field.
we
You
can do
mentioned
it.
Solo. It's all gone wrong, hasn't it, since the Adonis?
Yeah, it's all gone wrong. Hasn't won since.
Finally got gelded.
Has
There
it?
was a bit of
Hasn't
a...
won since.
No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't. He has placed in. Well, made the frame in more battles. It was over fences last
Yeah, but
time.
not one.
He drifted like a barge. It was when Nichols had done all the inoculations, and he is obviously that's that course, wasn't it? God, we thought it was the second coming then, didn't we, Solo? So he is your fab. Brief Times is also like to get on with it. He could definitely have a say again on ground. He absolutely loves, but he doesn't want to be harried. I don't think under Harry Reid. Good luck then, wherever you're playing. In the 240, it's a
Well
right
done,
old puzzle.
starter.
Maybe one for in the running. Start. You happy with the start?
Yeah, happy
G-Rod?
with that start, yeah.
Okay, are you off the floor yet after you were likened to a mouse during the Uttoxeter race?
Well, let's hope that this one started. Well, it has already running better than the mud nap of the day, isn't it? So
Yeah, thoroughly enjoying myself
Oi.
today, I have to
Oh.
say.
Oh,
Off we
who
go.
was that?
Oh dear. All right, that
Oh,
is.
no, that's
Press your luck,
Cool,
was it?
that's a
Yeah.
Or Chose Path?
Yeah. Oh, it was. Oh,
Let's hope
they're
he's
very
okay.
similar
That
colours,
was a
aren't they?
heavy
Let's get
fall,
this.
that.
It was Chosen Path, I think, Barry, because flashing
Yeah, Aidan
glance.
Heskin.
Yeah.
He got a trample.
Yeah, Alan King, Edward Stone, of course. We do this on Midlands National Saturday. Any trainer that's had a horse win, you call them Edward Stone King. And Sam was big there over the first. The horse that's coming back after running in the old Racing Post Chase on his previous start here last month. They're going, what sort of pace are they going? Oh,
33.
33 miles an hour. Stop the clock.
fast ground. That's why.
JBY then up front. No, it's not JBY, it's the other horse.
Yeah,
JJ Riley.
I just nearly made that mistake.
You let me do it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. JBY is right in the middle. We're having fun this afternoon, and we are full of life. I might even crack a beer after this. After this show. Hopefully, some of you are doing that with your feet up at home with your second screen experience and loving it out there. Keep the chat coming up. Lots of chat about the fifth day on the festival.
Where's
in
my
the chat, by the way.
Yeah,
earlier. That
go
really
for it.
kicked
Go
off on
for
that.
it.
You'll talk about that,
nah.
will you? Press your luck. Is Chris Gordon, Kempton, decent ground, just associated with Zanza. What is he doing? He's just not loving life, is he?
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a sale going
He's
on.
got his
with
ears
Zanza
back,
soon.
hasn't he?
Where's Brief Times? Very interesting horse this. Are they holding on to him a bit today? Yeah, they are, G, right out the back.
Is that him there? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Brief Times, yeah. It's great watching jump racing on decent ground, isn't it? I always think it's really, they go a good pace and you have to jump well.
They are going a good pace still, aren't they?
We said that at Cheltenham on the Thursday and Friday. It's so much nicer, isn't it? Watching it. You're right, and this is always usually a nice day, isn't it, at Kempton?
This
Remember
one,
that
yeah.
fabulous one?
This one is, and we've got that all to look forward to. Hopefully, we won't have one of those washout Punchestown's because
And National.
Punchestown tends to go either one way or the other. It's either beautiful or absolutely
It
horrendous.
could be like the
isn't it?
Somme, can't it? Yeah, absolutely, very much so. All right, well, as Barry told us, we've got a month and a half till that comes up. Yeah, it's always an absolutely magnificent week. And at the moment, Barry, JJ Riley for Team Skelton, course winner. He's leading them. Where is he in the market? Still Fav?
Oh,
Yeah, he's 5.8 at the moment, Dave. He didn't go off favourite though. Brief Times went off favourite at 7.4 at Betfair, and he's currently trading at 4.6 in running Brief Times with Harry Reid in the plate. Outside of that, 8.4 Solo seems to be still travelling well. Dorking Boy seems to be getting going okay as well, although he's worse than mid-division. He's behind there mid-division. He's currently trading at 8.8.
Thank you very much, Barry. They've got a proper pace in this. So we were
doing a bit of a rising canter on your art approval at the moment. Just asking to say, come on, the rising canter.
What, up and down in the
That's
saddle?
just
What
saying-
is that? Come on,
It's genuinely a rising canter.
I mean, you
saying,
do that.
Come on,
You'll be doing that tomorrow, won't you, on your horse? You're
I
going
can't
out
wait
for a
to- I
ride.
haven't seen
Do
my
a
horse
rising
for a
canter.
week. I can't
Check
wait.
that out on TikTok. You see some hilarious scenes of this
Yes,
new horse.
he likes to bronc a lot.
He's an excitable chap,
And
isn't
as I thought, my pick, Paddy's Motorbike, has been travelling well, but it has been a bit clumsy at a couple.
I'll tell you, mine is going well, Dave. Come on, the 33 to 1, yeah.
Yeah, cruising.
really
isn't
travelling,
he? I
yeah.
really hope for you and the social out there you
Come
get
on.
JP Wise of it. Now, this is the pace should start nearly collapsing, I would imagine, if that clock is anything to go by, because they're still trapping, aren't they? They really are.
There's plenty
So
of
low.
a chance.
He must be going low.
Come on, Paddy's Motorbike. Just
Masters Legacy, another Hobbs horse that's just sort of gone off the radar a little bit, unfortunately. My art approval, he again won't be landing the gamble today, I don't think. He's absolutely gone. Some of these horses, when do we get to silly season?
Find some room.
Horses that have had hard seasons.
Oh,
Look
it's
at
going to
Jamie
get
White.
messy.
Gary's commodity needs a run, G-Rod.
Yeah, he's
JJ
cruising.
Riley's.
He's absolutely cruising.
And here comes the Dorking Boy. Tom Lacey on a double. Stan Shepherd too. Circling the
White
field though, Barry.
travelling.
I'm not sure about
Dorking
that.
Boy's gone favourite, trading
Has he?
at 3.7 on the exchange. 11 to 4 Dorking Boy favourite.
Come on,
I can't
pick
see it
up.
myself.
He's chicaning off, yeah. I think that maybe, I don't know, he's there. He's gone widest of all though. In we go to 2 out. Paddy's Motorbike. For Nat still there. This could be another big prize winner for Natalie Green on the week.
JBY.
Another horse
On the
back from
exchange.
fences. Solo. Hasn't let
Just
himself down
jump.
on the ground.
Come
Dorking
on.
there. Backs out of it now. All those front runners really feeling the pace. Is this Brief Times?
Press your luck.
No,
is it?
okay, press your luck. All right, yeah. Quick score.
Come on,
Jamie
Paddy,
Moore.
just always
Jamie
wait to
Moore,
get
second in the
second.
first. No luck at Cheltenham this week, but he will be sensing victory. He comes at it. Come
he's
on,
not a very
Paddy.
good jumper, is
Go on,
he?
Paddy. I think he's left him. Nah.
I know, but I just want to get second. It's fine. It makes way back. Come on, Paddy's.
Paddy's
He's
Motorbike
going
is going to
second,
finish
yeah.
second, Nat, behind Chris Gordon's Progressive. Press your luck. And Sam. Didn't convince, did he, at his hurdles, but that'll put him back on for chases. He's run on for third. And JBY, Barry told us, must have gone short in the run. Coming to the last, back in fourth. Seriously competitive stuff. Well done if you stuck with Chris Gordon's Press Your Luck after his win last time out. Barry, when did they know about that chap?
He was turning into the straight. There was a whole host of horses traded short in running, would you believe? Dorking Boy hit a low of 3.45. Brief Times, 3.7. You also had in there Ansam, who traded a low of, Ansam, who traded a low of 5.4. Art Approval, no, that traded at a low of 9. So a whole host of horses, really, but your winner had a Betfair SP of 13.5, and he was odds-on jump at the last day.
Okay, thanks, Barry.
He shot 2 lengths clear, didn't he, at the last?
And he's beaten a horse called Champagne Court G last time by 6 lengths. This is
Yeah.
a step up in class. This go to Aintree? Chris Gordon likes Aintree, doesn't he?
It may do. I suppose it's obviously job done now, really, isn't it? Once you won a big prize like that, you're off and running for the season, aren't you? But, yeah, could do. It was a strange race, wasn't it? Like Barry said, they appeared to be going a good pace, but
What
then
happened to your one? He was cruising
yeah,
down.
found absolutely nothing and ended up finishing nearer last and first.
Weird, isn't it?
It was a strange race because when they go that hard, you don't expect to see so many horses still there turning for home, and they
Good
were.
shout, Natalie Green.
yeah,
big
good run.
prize second.
Happy.
And she gets very competitive like this. Do you remember you said you've had a lot of seconds? Do you know what you always say to someone who punts when they're having seconds? The radar is bang on. You could have 20 seconds and it means you're pretty much right. You know, you've got to keep your nerve.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yes, all right. You wonder where I was going with that, didn't you? You just need to
Radar.
get a winner over the line. And I'm sort of having had the first winner with you. You got all the credit for the 74 shot. I think you go back. I was on definitely red as well, just to let everyone know. But it's been downhill since then. A bit like my festival, actually. Started off with an absolute bang on the Tuesday, and it was a crossbar. I always say this. You know, when you used to go and watch football matches, anyone that calls it soccer needs their head wobbled. Football matches, in the centre circle, they used to do the half-time, hit the crossbar.
Yeah, they did.
I would be world champion at that.
Why?
When it come festival time, because I just hit crossbar after crossbar after crossbar after crossbar. That's how it feels sometimes, people, isn't it, out there? Well done, though, Jamie Moore, in the sunshine at Kempton.
Yep.
He'll be getting it up. We'll be going back for the 3:15 there. We are 45 minutes away from the biggie, the Midlands National. Time to get up. Extremely well back. Will you be with that? My nap goes in the next, however, and I'm slightly worried, having seen that ground in the first on the hurdles course, that mine might be one of the horses that doesn't like it. But surely Beauport deserves his day in the sun, doesn't he? And I'm quite happy, Barry. He's not fav.
Oh, Booth Hill is favoured at the moment, Dave, currently on the Betfair Exchange at 3.85. 5-2 Beauport, 7-4 Panic Attack, and it's 10.5 Chitabello and Red Risk. 4 places here on the Betfair Sportsbook for anyone having a sportsbook bet. We're going to stick on the Exchange. I like the Tom Scudamore ridden Panic Attack for David Pite. Good mare. She was good enough to run in Fernley Hollow's bumper into Cheltenham Festival. She finished down the field there, unfortunately. But she was fourth to Kansas City Chief off 1-2-1. She runs well off the back of a break, and she's coming here off the back of a break. She was second after 216 days off, and she was second again after 77 days off. And that run behind Kansas City Chief, which I like. I know Kansas City Chief is older than me and you put together, Dave, but held his form so well this season and didn't disgrace himself in Cheltenham either at the festival. So we're going to have 25 quid win, please, at 7.6 Panic Attack G-Rod. Happy to be a price taker here because I think there's going to be, well, I don't think he's going to go bigger than 7.6, to be perfectly honest with you.
All right. Okie dokie then. There you are. I noticed he didn't put you two in that age double, but in Horseshoes, Kansas City Chief is great to see him have another good spin, wasn't it? Can I give you a quote from Jack Haynes coming in about Sam Palais? Great end to the season. Again, we're getting to that time now, aren't they? Horses been on the go. And I said it during that Kempton run. A lot of those horses looked over the top to me there. He's only 5. I wasn't disappointed with his run in the Towson. That was behind a Hoist and Muir, of course, as the race wouldn't suit. He will go for some of the big staying races. It's interesting. He's going to give him a go over hurdles as well because he's a novice. So he's going to try and win a couple of novice hurdles and then take aim at something really big. Interesting. Keep your eye on Sam Palais for Tim Side, who's got Killer Clown coming up in the 3:15 at Kempton. The next race we go to after this at Uttoxeter. Andy Sim, really been enjoying you coming on each day, Andy. Great to have you back, man. I'm on Jetaway Joey each way. Interesting. Mate of mine owned a horse in that race when he won at this track. And I got the word from Ollie Murphy that they liked him. I can't even remember what the name of the horse was called. I have to go back now. But I looked at him, Jetaway Joe, and I thought the return to this course and distance is just whether he's got cheap pieces on for a reason now, Andy. That would be my slight worry.
Yeah, but Andy's
William
saying
Cody,
each way, it's a good each way bet, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, he's quite consistent, isn't he? Like
dual winner.
Liking the track on bad ground could be a decent commodity today.
I think that's a really good each way bet.
All right, okay. Is this your pick?
Oh, my bet's ridiculous in this.
There we go.
Why is it?
Oh, it's just...
Get the socials
if
ready.
it works, it'd be great. Otherwise, it's just... I'm having a combination tri-cast, any order, Boot Hill, Beauport and Panic Attack, because I also like Panic Attack. 2 fine runs after wind surgery. Beauport, so unlucky. Come on. Sir surely deserves
If ever there was a day to keep it simple with selections after the Cheltenham Festival and a race, it was this.
No, I'm just going to go for it.
I don't think anyone has ever put up a combination trifecta before. So
there
this
you
is
go.
a first. This is a
What
first.
on earth would that pay? That would be an absolute whopper, wouldn't it?
Boot Hill's highly regarded.
He is.
Harry Fry, Love Envoy, obviously, gave the stable a big boost this week. Could he bounce back? Yeah, I've got to go for it. Be brave. Gamble safely, but also have fun. And this is a fun bet for me, so that's why.
Learning the game.
Is that okay?
You spent a whole week here and you're now... honestly, I'm sitting back a bit today. It's great.
You've got to be safe, and I know that, but if you want to have a bit of fun...
She'll be going for co-anchor soon, won't she? Be like Good Morning Racing Post Live.
This is just fun for me, so that's
learn.
what I'm going to do.
I'm breaking everything.
Yeah, what's just happened to your chair?
I've just broken my earpiece. So I've broken my earpiece and I've broken my mic today. So I'm doing well today.
This is the week we're supposed to make money at the Post, G.
Yeah, you're going to be replacing all sorts of stuff this week.
Great. All right, I'll let you deal with that one.
What do I fancy in this? If that's what you're asking.
Yeah, well...
Not a combination.
No, but it's just as ridiculous.
Oh, great. They'll be loving this.
Jepek?
Oh,
My
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, I like Jepek.
Well, he is the Kansas City chief in the pack, the 13-year-old.
Yeah, the 13-year-old likes soft ground, likes really testing ground, stays very, very well.
Yeah.
Obviously, was a good chaser. He's been in great form over hurdles recently. Chased home another geriatric in Ballyandy last time at Chepstow. I just thought he was overpriced at, he's 33.40 to 1. I mean, each way.
He's going to try and grind them into submission under Cameron Eels, a jockey I don't know much about. Another £10 claimer that we've seen on the show already today.
Yeah, well, he's probably as good as the bloke who rode it last time.
Well, for Anthony Honeyball, who won, of course, the penultimate race.
Here's Cameron.
The last race there, Gustavin ran one of his better races. The stable are having a good day so far. So
and
I wouldn't kick that out of...
Yeah, good each way back. Why would
kick that out of court, I don't think. I like Beauport, though. I really do. I know that Boot Hill's the class dropper.
in pictures now, Dave Beauport?
Oh, he's a lovely
Big,
horse.
chunky, lovely bay, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, Shark Hanlon too.
Oh, yeah, the Sharks there.
Shark.
Okay, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah, of course, he's got T's components. T's component, yes, there you go. These T's components were the Reevely horse, weren't they? You always associate the Reevleys with
This
it.
Jordan Gameford, he's a good thing, isn't he?
Yeah, he's good.
Very good. And he's obviously stuck around for this. Has Jordan got a ride in the biggie?
He rides for Shark in the Midlands and the Midlands National. Yeah.
At least someone's done their
Hewick.
homework today. It's Hewick, of course. Yeah, it looks like it's been, it's a race that the Irish do target the Midlands National. Remember Jesse Harrington won it one year? With those crazy pattern colours, the discordantly colours as called.
I love that. I love the race, don't you? I don't know why.
Brilliant.
I just like the Midlands National.
I love it.
Shall we warm up for
that
our
looks good.
Aintree
Who's
Grand
that?
National and Scottish Grand National commentaries by
looks
passing
amazing.
down the line?
Yeah.
Melrose wants to do that.
Tea competitive, it looks fantastic in the paddock.
Shark Hanlon, Barry, he obviously had a real high run, didn't he? Stowaways and things like that. He had like proper Cheltenham Grade 1 horses. It's gone a bit quiet for him, hasn't he?
Yeah, it has a bit. He that good mare, didn't he, that won the Grade 1 in Ferryhouse last year? Her name's escapes me at the moment. I'll remember it. But, yeah, he's a big part of the Rachel Blackmore story, Shark Hanlon. He was giving her rides when no one put her up. He gave her rides and points in that when she was riding, when she was starting out. So, yeah, he was very good to her along the way. I don't think Rachel will ever forget that either. But good trainer, well able to train horses. It's interesting that he's brought a couple over to Uttoxeter for today. They'll have been well mapped out for it and well planned out for it. Just whether that ground's gone for them or not remains to be seen. Although I suppose when you're taking horses over to Uttoxeter in March, you're kind of legislating for soft ground, aren't you? You're probably anticipating soft ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, this time yesterday, we were starting to anticipate who might win the Gold Cup. And first mention of Rachel Blackmore on the show from Barry so far. Wasn't that fantastic? Did you see the array of...
I think it's just
Sky Ace.
the front cover of the Racing Post.
Sky Ace, Barry, that's the mare. She got some proper coverage. She got the coverage it deserved, don't you think?
Absolutely. Come on, it's
Great to see, isn't it?
tremendous. And Ruby and AP, how lucky we are to have her, which we are. We're incredibly lucky. It was class. It was emotional. It was everything that we like. Front page of the Racing Post, perfect. Keep it simple. Just have Rachel on it. I mean, with Aplutar, who was spectacular, wasn't he?
What a horse he is.
What a spectacular.
I have never seen a Gold Cup
you back
horse
it?
win like that.
Did you back him?
I did. Yeah.
And how he finished so G-Rob with, it didn't look tired.
Oh,
Did he?
It was incredible. He came up the hill. I've never seen a horse go through the finish line in the Gold Cup.
Powering through, like he
that.
could have gone round again.
Oh, it was incredible. It was the most unbelievable Gold Cup winner I've ever seen.
I thought it was amazing. Absolutely.
What?
It was better than Courto Star and Denman when they won it.
Well, I wonder. That's what I said to Keith. I said, "This is the best we've seen," And he
I was
said,
a bit
"No,
more with Keith.
no.
I was kind of like just.
Pour cold water on it, like he says. Was that any good?
No.
He's got a very deep barrel voice.
Told you, Tagat, there's been a mother. You've got to get yourself into the.
You promised you weren't going to do that on the show. Aplutard 183, £1 higher than Don Cossack. 183. That's got them jiggy, isn't it? A little bit. They were probably talking about it in the pub last night. We zoned out, didn't we? At that
It's
point?
just
Oh,
incredible.
yeah. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was
Do you know how
brilliant.
good they
It's
are
like
in the
countdown
studio?
at
They've
one
already come in, fixed G-Rod's earpiece.
Had a
Yeah.
go
He
at him.
almost choked on his water.
Don't tell me more. They made me a makeshift mic because I broke the mic
Yeah.
when I came in. So
The invoice is in the post. Do not worry.
We've got a good team
I'm
here.
wrecking
haven't we?
stuff.
Yeah,
as I go.
Rachel Blackmore, absolutely fantastic. We were singing on Spotty, I said again, weren't we? It was just great to see the coverage yesterday. It was
Yeah, it was-
absolutely amazing. And look, she had 3 winners. One of them was lucky, obviously, Bob Ollinger, as they go down the start for the 3 o'clock. We can have a little chat about this. But her ride on Honeysuckle as well was quite rightly lauded, I think. When the way she went inside. And again, go back on the show on Tuesday, we say, look at that. Aidan Coleman, all of a sudden, went, what were you doing here? She went inside, didn't she? And everyone was expecting her to keep that outside route. And again, I know she's on the dual champion hurdle winner now, the horse that had to win the race.
Yeah,
And
but you wouldn't go
it was a
far
great
wrong
ride.
learning from Rachel, though, would you? Nerves of steel, calm, composed, always in the right place at the right time. Yes, with Honeysuckle, but we could say more with Applutar. I mean, arguably actually the best horse in the race. I mean, in the preliminaries, but you wouldn't go far wrong learning from her.
No, and she's very tough as well because she had to barge her way through a gap on a Plutard coming off the home bend, and she did. It's amazing.
It had been a quieter winter for them, hadn't it? Now this is interesting. I remember speaking to Ross Briley about this. We love on Rossi, don't we? He's been with us pretty much all week, and he was going on about it to me. Obviously, he was doing a lot of research for his shows, like he does, and he said they're running the same sort of strike rate as they were last year. He said, I don't actually think they're running that badly, which was borne out, of course, during the week. But the expectation was probably on them a lot more, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But still, they had the 1-2 in the Gold Cup. Will they do it in the Grand National? Are they running anything in the Midlands National? No, it would be clear fab, wouldn't it? That is time to get up, and that is in around about 35 minutes' time, people, after this 3 o'clock at Uttoxeter. Barry and Nat, like Panic Attack, that's one of your exotic horses in this.
Yes, Boot Hill, Beauport, Panic Attack. I mean, the chance of it coming off, but
Well,
let's
Massive drifter.
go for it.
Which one's the drifter?
Panic Attack, massive drifter.
Is it?
Out to 11. We back at 13-2, and it's a 10-1 chance now. 9-4 Boot Hill, 3.35, 5.4 Beaufort. Red Risk, we're finding Frost, some money for that 10.5, but Panic Attack, a big negative.
In the Brave Man's Game colours.
Yes.
You must have been really upset about it. I'm going to talk to you about that after this race.
Yeah, I thought it was
okay.
rubbish.
Boot Hill is the gamble then for Harry Fry, who does successfully target this card. Cheltenham Festival winning trainer 2022 with Love Envoy. What a toughie she is. Who'll come out the toughest in this? You're going to need to be. Don't you remember the first hurdles race we had? 150. Most of them absolutely hated it, beaten after the furlong. Boot Hill, right out the back at the moment. Where's my Beauport? I love Beauport. He really deserves it. He's just off G-Rod's 13-year-old, the teenage Jepek, with Cameron Isles claiming that 10. What else is up there as well? Really keen in the middle is the Shark and Jordan Gainford horse. That'll do well to get home, I would imagine, albeit at a very early stages, along with Ballybeg, course and distance winner for Kerry Lee, who had the winner of the first race at Uttoxeter today. Horse that she seemingly quite likes, looking at the quotes for that. Panic Attack, just off them in 5th. London Arbo Lad for Tom Simmons and Song for Someone, who, we'll go back to that with Barry as well, flattered for a long way in that stayers
I
hurdle.
bet Robbie was getting excited, wasn't
Well,
he?
Barry
Robbie
put it up as
Wilders.
well.
Did he? Barry
Yeah.
put him up as well.
I mean, madness. That
Robbie
was,
Wilders said
but he
was
actually
gonna-
ran all right,
He
didn't
said
he?
that would pay for his trip to Marbella this year.
So he's going to have to work a bit hard. Is that why he's coming on the show next Saturday?
Yeah.
All
Don't
right,
think
fair
I don't think this pays well enough to get Marbella.
Jetaway Joey, there was some love for out there as well. The course and distance winner, observing from rear with Red Risk. For those of you that haven't got your colours and your pictures out there, Chittabello is indeed
Come on,
the
Jet
last
Beck.
one out there.
Well, there's a train going by.
You talk,
The train is basically on a train station. Right, the train station's
do
there,
they have
isn't it?
camping in the middle as well? Have I seen caravans
Yeah,
there
well,
before?
Yeah.
they have mobile homes there, don't, or
Yeah, that was. It's nearly.
Winnebagos.
It's one of the land of static homes up there. I think there's loads
Pleased
of
with
them,
that,
aren't there?
G-Rod.
Getting quite excited.
They're not going very quick here, though, are they? They're very mindful of that. First
They don't finish
race.
this time, G-Rod. They go round again.
Oh, another blow there.
That's funny.
We got that end of term feel today. It's the Saturday after the Cheltenham
I
Festival.
wonder why she
doesn't it?
drifted
It
so
does,
much.
it does.
I think Panic Attack's running nicely at the moment. I wonder what put people off.
Yeah. Oh well, I don't know. She of course.
She, yeah.
We thought actually with Panic Attack they probably did as well, didn't they? In her younger days with David Pipe, she looked like she might be a proper graded horse, but for whatever reason, she finds herself,
It was good enough to contest that champion bumper.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they felt connections felt, so they must have thought a lot of her.
She won at Market Raisin, didn't she? Of course, Barry. No, for Willie and Paul Tannen came over that listed bumper that was won at Cheltenham.
Happy
this
with
year.
Beauport, Dave?
Yeah, okay. You what?
Are you happy with
I am.
Beauport? Yeah.
He's a horse that,
Looks like
that needs to sort of grind it out, I think. So perfect tactics, Nat. Yeah, really happy with Beauport at the moment.
Dambo lad not having it.
Who's
At
that?
Brandon Arbo
Someone-
lad,
is that
finding
one
his
pulling
way back to
himself up?
Wales, I think, at the moment. Barry, let's come to you then with pretty much, we've just gone around onto the final circuit. Then.
Yeah,
I'm really
Boot
happy.
Hill travels well. Boot Hill travels well is your favourite, along with Beauport, 3.15 and 3.9 respectively. 7.6 Panic Attack, and it's 12 Bardos. Chitabello seems to be travelling okay. He's 12.0.
All right, good stuff.
Actually, a bit of a
Chitabello.
pain on those
Class
Winnebagos, aren't they?
angle, Chitabello.
Couldn't see the horses then for the Winnebagos, could we? No. Was that many of them? We couldn't see the race.
I've always wanted to drive a Winnebago.
Go to Cartmel if you're going to do that.
I was going to go to the Grand Canyon, actually.
Oh,
but,
right.
I can go to Cartmell if you fancy. Now I'm going to Long Clune.
Much
Got to
better.
see Simon Rogan. Now look at Chitabello making his way through the pack. Had you there. Boot Hill is also going. Jetaway Joey, how is he going those cheap pieces? I hope he's staying in there for you, the social lovers out there. Jepek?
Yeah.
Half a piece isn't really...
5-4 Boot Hill.
That would
Can
be
you
a
believe
gift.
that?
5
Is
to
that not
4?
very
Why?
short in running?
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Beauport has
6-4, even money now.
Wow.
Unless I'm
You're watching
Wow.
a different race.
even money, they haven't even turned into the straight.
very bizarre.
Half a piece is getting quite a few
Well,
reminders and taking backward steps.
I'm used to the exchange players being right this week, Barry, as I have been for a lot of this year, so he'll probably go and absolutely O's up now. But Beauport, what price is he? Still hanging in there, isn't he?
Ought to be a layer at that price.
He will be taking, I don't know, he's getting a bit buffeted about. Look, Bootill, the money came for him. He's the class act in the race. Do you think he wins now, G?
He's going well, isn't he? I'm just hoping that Jepek's going to hang on for a place here. Come on.
You groaned. Oh, he put his legs in the back of that third last. You can't be doing that. Come on, Beauport. Keep
Two's on,
going.
Bootill.
This is
Two's
one
on.
of these grinders. Come on, Beauport. He just keeps going, Beauport. You need to just
A long way to
grind.
go yet,
Look,
Dave.
Bootill's picking himself up in between the hurdles. It just looks like a different sort of animal.
this the
doesn't it?
trifecta?
Come on, big up,
Yeah,
up we
it's
come.
just
the
at the moment.
trifecta.
Hang on a
We
minute.
just
Nat's
stay-
on the trifecta.
That's on the trifecta.
This would be
6-4
unbelievable.
on Boot Hill.
This is unbelievable. Come on, Beauport. Dave Orton Snapper's in front. Boot Hill went really short. He's
Please
hitting
stay
the pain barrier now.
there.
Panic
Trying.
attack is third. The
He's
combination
trying
trifecta is going to happen somehow. I
Is
think
it? I
Boot
don't
Hill's
know.
going to take his
Panic
measure. Not
attack.
second
Don't
again.
let me down,
Beauport, get up
panic
over.
attack.
No, that was a
Don't
really
let
good
me
jump by
down, panic
Beauport.
attack.
I'm loving this all the way. Come on, Beauport. Your day in the sun. Trifecta for Natalie
It's
Green
not
as well.
there. It's
Yeah,
not
but
there.
yes, come on.
I'm gonna
What's
go
third?
mental.
Come on,
I'm
what's
gonna go
third? It's a long
mental.
way there. Yes! Happy days! A winning nap for Dave Orton somehow, but I've been usurped by my pal all week, Natalie Green, has absolutely knocked it out the park, Barry on.
I'm going to be insufferable. Insufferable.
Absolute scenes. Can you believe Boot Hill jumping the last was 1.22? 5-1 on for 930 quid. 1.23 for 1,500 quid. 1.24 for over 700 quid. He never got to the front and he traded at odds on. He was 5-4 turning out of the back straight. Real game performance from the winner, Beauport. Matched at a high of 5.9 in running. Had a Betfair XP of 5.0. So bang on 4-1. But yeah, great ride. And I just can't sometimes exchange in running. It's carbuffle. It's just baffles me, and this is one of those times.
It was absolutely bizarre. And did you get Jepek in the 4 as well?
He ran
Yeah,
really
Jepek
well.
was fourth.
He was fourth, was he?
Yeah, he was fourth.
Look at that. It's
Yeah.
all of a sudden.
Brilliant.
We've absolutely knocked it out of the park.
We should have done a quinilla. Is that what it's called?
Greed becomes you. So gambling man. No, that was great. If you watched the feature show I did yesterday with Keith Mells and Matt Gardner, Keith, I think his nap's still to come actually. Time to get up as his nap. But Sam Palais was very nearly there. I napped Beauport somehow. And Beauport, I'm very happy for him because he kept finding one too good. But he wasn't one of those thinkers. One of your Sebastopols. This guy is a real trier. And sometimes when you watch horses, and they look vulnerable, like Barry says, and the exchange goes low, low, low. But it's like Yala Enki at Cheltenham at the start of the year. When they all come at him, you just know they'll keep going. And if the others don't jump properly, and sometimes you can lift them home, can't you, when you're riding? You know, if you get done, fair enough. But they try. And there's going to be some chaser next year, Beauport, I think. I think we'll be seeing running at the week that's just gone, I reckon. In something, I don't know. I'm not sure what in, probably a handicap, but he's a lovely, lovely horse. Look, if you're on Boot Hill, cruise, wasn't it? But jumping hours counted.
Yes.
You're right. Do you want to retire? That's your moment. You needed one, actually. Like a massive moment. That is going to be a clip that goes down. We might even pin that instead of the Commander of the Fleet now. Because look, here we are on Midlands National Saturday, G. Through that race,
having fun, aren't we?
There's a GIF of you. I asked you, how's Jeppet going? You went, he groaned. So we'll get the social to look back on that.
I knew that he was going to be struggling to stay with it because he's not
He
very
made
fast,
some
is
weird
he?
noise that was coming out of your nether regions at one point, I think. But look, you're happy as well. Well done.
Yeah, that was good.
Well done. Let's see what the social think of it as well. It's funny how
Yes.
Nat takes a swig of water when she wins, says Adrian Hudson.
Because do you know why? It is funny because I am pretending it's not water. So it's like I'm cheersing myself, and I'm mildly
We weren't going
disappointed.
to have a drink tonight, were we?
No, I'm mildly disappointed when I go, oh, it's still water. But I must have loads of weird quirks. So Bruce Millington's like, why'd you do that on your head? I was like, do I? Apparently I do that all the time, and swig water. So I'm just a weirdo.
Well, absolutely.
With many little
I've been
quirks.
born out since
you see,
you came on the
Dave.
show last
Dave
year.
does the thumbs. I do the.
Oh yeah, you called me out about my thumbs, haven't you? I'm a bit of a twiddler.
Who
Bit of a thumb
is he?
twiddler.
Dave's a thumb
Like,
twiddler.
You not noticed that?
No, I've not noticed that.
No, it can't be a thing then.
No.
I've sat in that.
I
this
can't
studio.
make my thumbs
Let's
go
get a
that
social
quick.
up. Chris Hall says Nat Green, the Racing Post trifecta
The Queen. Thank you, Chris Hall.
She is going to like that a lot. Great to have you with us, guys. Good numbers again today. Numbers throughout the week were unbelievable. Obviously, it's always the first day of a festival where it goes through the roof. Honestly, all the shows we've done this week here have been, the top brass are very, very happy. I suppose it's been a good week for Betfair as well, Barry, hasn't it? Really, really good week. Feel good week for us all.
Yeah, it certainly has. It's been fantastic. Racing's been the winner. I know that sounds a bit fancy, but it really has. I think we got the right result with Rachel Blackmore winning the Gold Cup. She's on the front page of every paper here in Ireland. There was interviews across all the TV stations and the radios this morning, all the radio channels with her, and talking about syndicates as well, with the Flooring Porter Syndicate. And those guys were on a couple of the real primetime TV and radio shows talking about ownership and how they bought that horse for $6,000, and he's won them nearly £500,000 in prize money. So the dream's still alive for a lot of people in horse racing, and it's good to see.
She was supposed to be turning up at Turler's for one ride, wasn't she, Barry? I bet that's mobbed there today.
Yeah, there seems to be a big crowd there just looking at it on racing TV.
Okay.
I couldn't even tell you what she's riding there, but I'm sure she's kept commitment.
It's Gentleman's Game, I think. I'll have a little look at
What was ride of the week, Dave, then, in your opinion?
We've got to ride of the week. You said no contest. I thought there was three. Perhaps we'll all agree on this. Three that, and not just from my opinion, three that were talked about. The giraffe in the
Correct
Ultima.
Rambler.
Correct Rambler. Flooring Porter, Danny Mullins, was lauded. And what was the third? There was the third one.
We've
wasn't
done Derek
You
Fox.
haven't mentioned the best one yet.
There was the third ride.
Flooring
Who was it?
Porter, and we've done
The best ride of the week, bar none, was Billaway.
Billowing.
Patrick Mullins.
That's
It
the
was
one.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't say so, really.
sensational.
Nor me.
Persistent ride.
Well,
Persistent
It was.
ride. But I wouldn't say it was the best ride.
It was the best ride of the week, bar none.
I disagree. Derek Fox for me. That horse has to be ridden so patiently. It actually hasn't got a very nice way of running. I'm still not going to give up on that. And the way it to weave and wiggle and go through, and Skeward said to him, just be patient, be patient. I thought it was absolutely class. Flooring Porter, but I kind of just went from the front, didn't it? I mean, yeah, clever, but best ride of the week, not really.
Yeah.
And
Mel Rose was saying that's bar none, the ride of the week.
What? Flooring Porter.
Flooring Porter.
Yeah.
And
I can't have,
Yeah, I'd agree.
I can't have that.
A lot of people saying
I can't have that. And Billaway just
for Danny.
took off.
Well,
So-
Billaway, I don't think Patrick knew much about it, did he? Because he was still doing it about 5 strides after the line. You've won, Pat. Paddy, you've won.
Like
Because
this.
he was just, that was like he was on
That was a hard ride. That horse was being pushed along after about 6 fences.
What is it? The Equicizer, isn't it? Is that
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
call it? That was
Oh,
like
Dave.
that was like a proper Equicizer.
We should get
session,
one
that.
in on the studio because I tell you, I'd struggle to do a minute 50 on the exerciser.
Yeah, I've
They
heard
probably
that
like
it's
to see
very
you
hard
do that
work.
sort of thing.
Yeah. I
Tell
don't
you.
think I would even be able to stay on it. Do you,
I
Dave?
think you would.
Oh, I'll
It's a
give it
weird-
All of a
go.
sudden, the attraction to
weird
get
journey.
one.
Surprised
in.
at that response from G-Rod. I was expecting G-Rod to say it looks so simple he could do it for an hour and a half. Easy.
Lucy Turner teaching
What's
him.
all the fuss
Can we
about?
get one in one time? Because it's the weirdest thing, because not only have you got to sit still, you push up. You don't just ride like that. You have to push up, and it's a bit
Do you think,
uncomfortable.
think I could stay on then?
Yeah, you definitely stay on.
Good.
Oh, you need, come on, get your
Just had another idea, thinking of an equisiser, something we could maybe...
You've been full of ideas. She's been like Jerry Maguire this week. You know when you press the email that you've just overnight, you've woken up in the middle of the night and you've had all the ideas in the sun and you're pressing a button. Nat did this in the week.
A racing post equisiser.
But look, let's get the idea about the winner of the 3:15 at Kempton before we go to Nat. She's now lauding it, of course, over us all. Rightly so after that combination trifecta. I'm going to have to keep saying that 10 times on my own before I believe it, but it did pay out. I hope some of you were with her. Barry, up the straight, finds himself favourite in another classy race.
Yeah, 4.7 he is at the moment. 6, Man of the Mountain. Espoir de Guy is 7.8. 7.4 Killer Crown. 10 Diego Duchamel at the BC is 9. That's come in for some support with Bridget Andrews, the BC. But I was going to lay Killer Clown, but I'm going to leave it now because he's on a mass. Or no, he's into 6.6 now. But I think Diego Duchamel is a horse that interests me. Last time he won a hurdle race was in Plumpton when he beat Sebastopol. He gave him £3 that day. Ran well in that handicap in Ascot over fences last time out when he was second to Palmer's Hill. I think the better ground, and Paul Nicholls does say that he laid him out for this race as well, which is a help. But the better ground is significant for him. He's a 10-year-old now. He never really delivered on his on what he had promised in his earlier career, in his early days. But yeah, just off his current mark of 146 over hurls. We're gonna have 25 quid win on him, please. And we're going to set our own odds again, G-Rod. We're going to set our own odds to 12.0, which is 11 to 1. We're looking to have 25 quid. So that'll go over into the lay column for someone to come in and accept that bet from us. But I'm quite confident that we'll get matched.
Well, I'm hoping that it's not fools seldom differ, Barry, because I'm with you on that. You're right, Paul. Paul probably thought of greater things coming for this chap, and he's got his ground, hasn't he? And Paul once told me, I seem to remember, that if this is what a Group 1 horse works like, I imagine that he's not far off. He's such a good workhorse, I think, when they take him away to Wincanton and stuff. But he is a Cheltenham Festival winner as well. He won the Boodles as well, didn't he? So, what do you like, G?
I'm with Man of the Mountain. Been off the track for a little while. Was last seen finishing behind Midnight Shadow in the Paddy Power Gold Cup back in November. Which is obviously pretty good form.
Yeah, protector at second.
Yeah, we should all be sitting back now, of course, and giving you the floor.
I agree.
What's the follow-up? You're Man of the Mountain.
Yeah.
You're happy with that? Then?
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit of Nat shine going on.
Well, I loved Espoir de Guy, but this ground worries me.
Yeah.
At Kempton, this ground worries me.
All right, okay, interesting. All right, so we'll be calling
Come on,
very
starter.
shortly. The flag is up. We don't. Yeah. Were you bemoaning the starts?
I'm going to bring a flag in one day and just do my own, and then when I do.
Native Robin's in this. I love Native Robin. He loves Wincanton. Let's see if he's going to go from the front. He's up there with Man of the Mountain. 2 mile 4, fast and furious sort of big because there are some stayers, and this is what we'll be trying to drink it out. I can tell you the favourite is right out the back. Up the straight for Richard Rowe. Great to see him on the Saturday favourite, that's for sure.
Do you remember him winning the old Whitbread Gold Cup years ago?
One of the nicest people to interview you will ever try and deign to do. Pistol Whip, though, comes out in top. He was a non-runner in the plate on Thursday on account of the ground. He's got his surface here. Native Robin is up there. DBC. A lot was said about that between me and Keith yesterday. He thought that was one of the best handicapped chasers at the start of the season.
He loves that horse, don't he?
He loves this horse. It's ridiculous. After that Sandown run where Harry Skelton went maybe a tad fast.
I'm not totally happy right now, G-Rod, but it's okay. He's got quite funny action, hasn't he, Man of the Mountain?
Yeah, I thought
Paddle. What is that, a paddle? It looked like a sort of...
From where his fetlock...
like you were going through the
You've got the
river.
knee and then the fetlock, and then just below, like, the fetlock joint to his hoof. I mean, look, it could be no problem, just saying it's just an observation.
Well, if you're on Kaluki, you're already probably thinking that maybe that's the one that's in a bit of trouble. He's on and off the bridle. That would be... You can say running in snatches, but the comment tends to be these days lazily at times. That's the comment that we use, and he's already one of those. I would be attaching that
for you, Dave.
to the start of him. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Absolutely not. Lazy? What are you on about, mate? That was a 6-day stretch here. Okay, what's in the middle? Paddy's Poem for Nick Gifford. Balagas was a runner for Nick during the week. Didn't manage to get home, I don't think. Killer Clown, a horse that when he won here over Kilson Distance for the Sampalay colours, do you remember on the Christmas break? Everyone thought he was going to be very good, but he is a bit of a funny horse. Can sulk a little bit at the moment. He's observing from rear. And Diego de Charmel, Barry, we're pretty happy with that posse, aren't we?
Yeah, he seems to be travelling okay, and he's jumping well. He's into 7.0. We were matched at 12 on the exchange, thankfully. But your favourite man in the mountain at 4.0 at the moment. Pistol Whip, who seems he seems quite fresh. He went off in front. He had a Betfair SP of 16, but he's trading at 6.6 in running now. 6.2 Diego de Chamel. But your favourite still man in the mountain at 4.5.
Despite that weird action.
No, it's nothing wrong with it. It's just funny.
Okay, all right. Well,
It's very important when you're at the back there to jump well, isn't it? And luckily, so far, fingers crossed, it's all been okay. But
Yeah.
I noticed at Cheltenham particularly, if you got out the back and then made 2 or 3 bad jumps, that was end of race, wasn't it?
Well, rhythm becomes extremely important in the next 20 minutes because we are around about 20 minutes away from the Midlands National. If you don't get into rhythm in that over the 4 mile 2, you are in a lot of trouble early doors. Now you're in a share of
Now
third.
we're looking good.
Now you're happy.
Now we're happy.
Okay, all of a sudden you can do
Beautiful
no
jump.
wrong. It's getting quite annoying.
Yeah, Diego Charmel's going well though too, isn't he? They're both next to each other.
He is actually.
Up the straight speed, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not looking happy at all. What
DBC's
price he gone back?
beat.
All right out. He pulled up last time, so let's hope he's all right. You
don't know, he's
imagine there
come
might
back
be a
on
few
it now.
issues there. Okay, so Native Robin. If you leave Native Robin as Pistol Whipped is, this is Hendo, of course, at Kempton on good ground. You're going a fair old lick, aren't you?
Yeah, Pistol Whipped, he's a good ground horse, isn't he? All these summer horses are starting to come out now,
Yeah.
aren't they?
It's just whether he's too high in the weight.
He'll be out
at
at Cartmel in the summer when he old Pistol Whipped.
What, at Long Clune with us, Cartmel, great
Yeah,
track,
we
isn't
won't
it?
get
Can't
in
wait
Long
for that
Clune
back.
anymore. They've
might
got,
go,
they've
actually.
got
Talking
the
about
3 Michelin
Winnebagos
stars.
and stuff, absolutely.
Got
That's
their
what,
3 stars, never get in.
Come on, man of the
Not
mountain.
even us, Dave Orton.
Get up there.
18 courses after that trifecta. We can,
Come on, good one.
We can conquer it. All right, here we go. Beautiful jump from Diego Charmel.
Who'd have won now, man of the mountain?
Go
I
away,
get the feeling
Diego.
it might be. It's a two-way split in the studio here.
Yeah, go
Myself
away.
and Barry on Diego going really well at the moment. As is man of the mountain. As is Pistol Whip. Oh no, who's that? Oh, man of the mountain. Walk
Gave
through
him
it.
a tap just
Flippy
before
floppy,
that
I
fence.
sense.
Arrested it.
Yeah, okay. At the moment, I'd be very happy, Barry, at the moment. If we jump this 4th line, go on, Diego, kick up. Nichols
He's gone
leads this,
favourite.
doesn't
He's 6-4.
Come on, Diego.
6-4.
he? Charmel bouncing off this ground, but there are 2 in front of him still. Is that Native Robin still going for it? Oh, beautiful
Pistol
horse
Whip.
this. Absolutely
Native
lovely.
Robin.
Yeah, they're cracking on. And what will
they're
Diego
kicking
find? You
on.
get the
They
feeling
don't
that
always
Cobby
find
just
much,
wants to
does he?
Staying on.
just wants to get this
What's
guy
this?
not
Is
off
that
the
Killer
blind.
Clown
He
is flying?
he needs him to come back.
Diego has to be delivered
Yes.
right in the line, Dave.
He does, absolutely. He's not always when you go for him. It's not always there. Killer Clown
Killer
coming
Clown's
into it.
gonna win
Man
it,
of the
isn't he?
Mountain's going to finish 5th, if anything's certain in this life. Okay, Pistol Whip still. Could this be a May call? Native Robin. Now Diego's going for it. Come on, what do you got? Killer Clown can finish off as well. He loves Kempton,
Yeah, he's
doesn't
gonna
he?
win it, Killer
Could this
Clown,
be a big
isn't
tip?
Does he?
Diego goes inside.
Yeah.
2 out. Pistol still in front. Didn't make the plate on Saturday. That would have disappointed connections, but at the moment
Killer
they will
Clown,
be
is
screaming
it?
at the telly.
Killer Clown?
Killer Clown's got this, guys. I think not the
Yeah,
right
he's
Lavelle
gone.
horse for you guys,
Nice.
but he is bouncing back. Diego de Charmin up and down on the spot, as he tends to do when the soul
he
king
flown
over
the
the last.
last.
Really good jump. Pistol Whip goes out on his shield in 2nd. Native Robin, step up in class for that chap. He's
Wow.
won his season, I think, isn't he? That was the Killer Clown that a lot of us expected to see earlier in the season, Barry Orr.
Yeah, Clown, he traded quite high in running, would you believe? Because he looked at one stage like he was in trouble early in the race. He traded at a high. There was a quid just on a 23 quid, but more at 19 and 18. So 17 and 16 to 1 respectively for Killer Clown. Your runner up traded at a low. Pistol Whip traded at a low in running of 1.68, so 6-4 on. And Diego de Chamel, it doesn't find a whole lot at all, Dave, does he? 2.34 after backing on 11 to 1. I wouldn't mind putting in a keep bet to lay him in running. We're going to have to introduce that next week, the keep bet, to try to get our stake back. We'll do something around that next week in with the Lincoln.
The Lincoln, again, an absolute advert for that. We'll be with you next Saturday, as ever, through the year. 2022, we'll be with you each Saturday. God willing, we've got some big festivals coming up. Either side of that, a taste of the flat, and then back to the all-weather. It's a bit weird. We talked about that yesterday, didn't we? A little bit odd. Everyone gets excited, don't they? Flat fans out there, of which there are many, many.
Oh, yeah, it's good to get excited, but I can't be thinking about the Lincoln.
No. You'll be licking your Prague wounds, no doubt, at that
Yeah,
point.
I'm not thinking.
Yeah.
Let's look forward to let's get Grand National, then I'll start to get them ahead into the...
Also, the Dubai World Cup, isn't it? Do we talk about
yes, it is.
that? Yeah, there'll be
Good
some
you're
people
here.
who get excited about that.
Yeah.
One would. Etel.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of work going in the paper next week about that.
Yeah, a couple of your fellas are doing some stuff for us. Richard Young is writing the price wise.
Youngie, yeah.
Richard Young's writing the price wise, and
Deputy form book editor.
Ron Wood will be doing the spotlights, and he's also going to help me out on the Saturday jury, which Barry does every now and again for me as well.
And Nat, have you had the Saturday jury call for a while?
Every now and again,
No.
Yeah.
I did it once.
Stitch yourself up there, haven't you? It was going to go up in your toilet, wasn't it? So much.
I think it is. It is somewhere. I cut it out, but
You were ever so happy, weren't you, with the ads in
I
the
was
paper
so
this
happy.
week? Yeah.
I was so happy.
There you go. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
happy. I like
Quite
it.
right. You deserve them. Everyone's lauding you, after that combination trifecta.
Yeah.
You've busted it. Happy days. Wasn't
Well,
that
not.
great?
We
We go
didn't
back
get
to
it with-
Uttoxeter then. Time to get up. Should have been running in the Nationals, say some. He wasn't qualified though, Barry Orr, and here he is, just £4 higher. First time cheap piece. He's trying to win the race for a second year.
Yeah, very much so. They managed to get in with that £4 higher than last year, and he's a lot more experienced. And the money's come from Dave. He was a 4-1 chance this morning. He was a link to 11-4 on the sports book at one stage. He's 4.3 on the Betfair Exchange, having been matched at a high of 6.4. So he's around the 11-2 mark. Outside of that, Trucker's Lodge, he's the only horse in single figures. Your favourite time to get up. 11.5 Trucker's Lodge. Young Dev 12.5. Captain Drake 14 along with Akil. The Young Warrior is 14.5. And that's what I like in it, Dave. He's going to need to jump better here. And he's got first time cheek pieces on. But he won in Chepstow when he beat Strike Oppose. Mario De Pale finished third that day. Now Mario De Pale fell here today on the earlier card. But I'm not going to let that put me off the Young Warrior. Although Mario De Pale was beat when he fell, it has to be said. He was second in Exeter and he gave £7 to the winner that day. He's a horse going in the right direction. Very few miles on the clock. So we're just going to have 25 quid win on him, please. At 14.5. Happy to be a price taker here. G-Rod.
Okay.
I'm not going to back him in the place market.
Sorry,
I'm just going to back him in the win.
Right.
The Young Warrior. Number 16, the Young Warrior.
Sorry, I'm looking for the Young Warrior. Okay, yeah.
Get your French hat on and you'll find it.
Yeah.
The Young Warrior, for Jeremy Scott. Very tough and progressive horse. Give it a good mention on the feature shows we did yesterday with our handicapper, Matt Gardner, as well. Time to get up for me. Find it quite hard to look past him, if I'm honest. Just £4 higher. Written in the stars, isn't it? I think a little bit. He took ages to get up in this race last year. He's obviously had a few problems, hasn't he? But the money was strong early. I think he did this in the race last year. He went 5-2 and then drifted back out. Keith Melrose having a good day on the Alps. He'll be watching us. And he has put this up as his nap as well. Barry, I was just looking for some results to see if Rachel Blackmore's horse had won it. And I noticed an old friend of ours had just won at Newcastle. Hugh Masson flagged this up in the chat as well. Wada Rev has won a race.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. And that's what happens when you do this show, you miss them.
Yeah. Ian Jardines.
I think it is Ian John.
I think there's a bit of a split.
Lee Westwood, isn't it? And Dave Armstrong.
Dave Armstrong.
Yeah.
There's a
Dave
bit,
Armstrong, yeah.
Yeah.
bit of a split in this race because you've tipped time to get up.
Yep.
Keel's a tip time to get up.
Has he?
And I looked at this race and thought, what an awful price time to get up is. Because it's like loads of horses in there who are all unexposed at the trip and could be anything, and it's a big field. And so you're either with him or against him, aren't you? You either just think he wins or you don't. Now, I know that can be the case in a lot of races, but the 3-1, 8-1 bar in a race like this looks short to me.
It's JP, isn't it? And it's John Joe. He's won the race before, obviously. A lot of people expected him to be going off Fav in
Do you think people think that he's the next synchronised?
Well, I
Didn't he
think they
win
did
this
going
race,
into this
didn't
season.
he?
Cheek Pieces is somewhat of a concern, but if you watch the race back last year, he does take ages to, and the form of that is very strong, isn't it? Of course, Screaming Colours reopposes. He was fourth. Mighty Thunder went on to win the Scottish National for Lucinda and Scoo. Young Dev, an Irish horse, who's a nice horse, but he's third favourite in at 10-1. You can see why he's just more progressive potential in these lot. Trucker's Lodge, we know all about him, doesn't he? Welsh national form, of course, but I know he's high enough in the weights, I think. Captain Drake is quite interesting, a course winner for Harry Fry, who just had the second in the previous race, well back Boot Hill. Hewick is there, not sure about him. 150, looks high enough. Akil, one of your horses, I would say. Both of you always mention this one.
Yeah, I always call him Achille. Was that wrong?
Achille. It is
I mean, he's
Achille, of
£3
course.
out of the weights, hasn't he? But you've got to look at it two sides. He's dropped to a good mark. I do like this horse. There's not like let me down in the past, but kind of I've been very, very keen. So I'm a little bit more ginger now. But my each way bet is Achille. You know, that Welsh National started slowly, but that's the type of horse that he is. So I was kind of hoping that he'll be there in the frame in a race of this nature. I don't see him giving up. So I was quite keen on Achille. Of course, I can see the love for Time to Get Up. And also, I've been there the last 4 years.
Yes.
Been 4 years more.
How blessed we are.
How blessed you are. Yeah, a beautiful looking horse. To my own surprise, I was just going to give Trucker's Lodge a right good shout. I come down on 2 and it's Trucker's Lodge and Achille. Because it's just on my short list. You got to go. I was happy enough to take on myself, like Gmo said, really.
Yeah, I looked at Achille quite closely because he's got bits and pieces of form, hasn't he, that
Yeah,
says he
it's
can win
hard
this.
to-
But it's just like last time out he ran terribly, time out before that he ran terribly. It might be that they were thinking, oh, we'll go for this race, Venetia, because he finished 6th in it last year and he was 4th in the Welsh Grand National. So he's got the form there, but I read her quote this morning. She said he's in very good form, but then, and he shows all his enthusiasm that he's always has done, but then she put blinkers on it. So I thought that sort of chimed with me, like, well, if he's in great form and he's showing enthusiasm,
Totally agree.
why would you put blinkers
switch from
on?
cheek pieces to blinkers, clearly just try and
Do something else.
do something, reignite
It
something.
just made me think, is he actually in really good form? Not
Very fair
not to
point.
suggest she's lying, but just to say that she's probably,
Yeah, if he's in great form, why have we got to put blinkers on?
Yeah,
Maybe it's
you know.
a ditch attempt to say, right, wake up, focus. And if that revives a bit of spark, I still see the frame being. I mean, what price is Achille?
One of my favourite trainers is obviously Evan Williams.
Yeah, you've gone, okay, get your tip
You
out.
know I love full Evan. I've gone full on Evan here.
Full on Evan.
I'll tell you why I like Evan Williams.
Go on.
Read this quote from him today. It says, this is actually Evan quoting.
Can you do an impression?
No, definitely not.
Try.
Definitely not. Evan says, the trainer is mad for running him for so far out of the weight.
At the moment it's going badly.
Absolutely mad. I've got this feeling this race might just suit him. Joe Anderson is a good solid lad who claims £7, which obviously you have to do. It's crazy, but I think it's worth having a go.
You need to sharpen up that a bit. You need to go and listen to some interviews with him because it sounded nothing like him whatsoever. But that's a very, very good quote.
But
Are
it's
you
a
worried?
great quote, isn't it?
Are you worried with Achille, by the way, that the jockey you don't rate has gone to Kempton rather than coming for the Midlands Grand National with Charlie Dawes?
Oh, Charlie Dawes is a great jockey, yeah. I mean, I don't rate him, but I do.
You said earlier that Lucy Turner was a lot better.
I did. I said that she was just as good. The difference, there's a key difference there.
It's all out there. So for anyone who
But,
wants to scroll back, let's get some social interaction up before you. I mean, I can see you're quite keen to.
Do you think he's crazy?
What?
Well, do you think Evan's crazy?
Why is he crazy?
'Cause he said he's running it from £10 out of the weights. That's what he says.
That's what he said.
I'm
It's
absolutely
crazy.
mad. I
Do you
must be
think he's
crazy.
crazy? What? Well, you don't because you're tipping it.
Well, exactly. I just don't think Evan Williams would be running this horse in this race off £10 out of the weights. And what's he got to gain from doing it? If he wins it, he's going to go up £20.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
He must think he's going to win.
Is it coming to the end of the
Yeah,
season
otherwise-
potentially? Someone else has put this up today. I can't remember. Okay, let's get it up. Oh, here we go. Combination tricot, but Mally Draycott is having a super day as well. Look at
Oh, yeah,
this.
wow.
Oh, okay. 2-1, 7-2, 7-2 winners in my Yankee so far. Oh, Mally. My last leg is Mamela. Trevor Meeks likes that on the chat as well. I have to say, that is my next best in this race.
What, Mamela?
Yeah, I like
On Bowen.
one eye on the Exeter form for Snow Leopardess.
Yeah,
The female equivalent of G-Rod.
yeah.
Grey mare.
No horse has ever won the Beta and the Grand National in the same year.
Haven't they?
No.
Wow.
What about the trip, though? Although
So is that surprising?
finished strong over 3 miles,
She's
Mamela.
mega progressed. The way she...
Yeah.
We were in that day, weren't we? It was a Protectorate day, wasn't it? Do you remember Many Clouds Show? That was one of the highlights of the season in the studio for me. Absolutely super. So I'm hoping, Mally, that Mamela gives that a form boost. Sean Bowen on. Look,
Mamela,
another one.
Mameli, Smelly.
It's her last
Sophie's
run,
not.
apparently.
Oh,
She's going
Mamela's?
off to the paddocks after this.
Is it? Oh, does that say? Yeah, okay.
It says so.
All right.
So they've got absolutely nothing
Well, it
to
is,
lose.
yeah,
have they?
every Friday, yeah.
You know, they will.
Featherweight, says Harry as well, but
Yeah.
she just looked last time like she might just keep going. But she's 10-1, so...
Yeah, you can tell that I read all the quotes for this race, though.
have?
I needed all the help I could get.
I was
I just
wondering
thought
if
it
you
was
might
so wide
compile them.
open.
Well,
you know.
it is, though.
It really is, yeah.
We're taking educated guesses as much as we can. You know, if it was, like, God, if it was absolutely rained all week, would I have said, come on, Yalarenki? Yeah, I would. But,
Yeah.
you know, but it hasn't. It is drying a bit. So we're trying to look at different angles here, aren't we?
Yeah,
I mean, am I shocked if the Fav time to get romped in? No.
You're hoping that Truckers Logs repeats 2020?
I am, but I don't always think that's very easy to do. And I think because I already gave my pick this morning, I feel like I couldn't go back. But Nichols obviously
You've alleged a combination trifecta. You do what you want.
isn't flying.
Yeah, it's another sticky day, isn't it?
It is another sticky day. Let's just be honest, because they're not.
Last two
really,
winners
are
of this
they,
race,
though?
of course, are in the race. They were both 8-year-olds at the time. 8-year-olds have got right a record in this for whatever reason. Saw someone like paddled your own canoe last time. Tristan Durrell, a rider came and said we're going to hear a lot more about Tristan, I would imagine, barring injuries over the last couple of seasons. And Dan Skelton probably prepped this for over hurdles last time, so I could see that as well. Yes, it is a pretty deep race. I just think that with Jarla Enki keeping under 11 stone. Time to get up. Another great moment on the show. We've had two of them with the aforementioned Jarla Enki when he won at Cheltenham. That was great that day. Everyone, he drifted because of the ground. But remember, Brian, he just kept finding up the hill. And he won it. Who did he beat that day? Let's have a look. I can't remember.
That looks nice as well, doesn't it? Howick.
The mighty dog.
The mighty Don. And last time he beat, of course, fullback, didn't he, at Taunton? That was another great race. And Holstone last time. Do you remember him? Beat Third Wind, didn't he? Won the potential. How did that win? I still don't know. Sam Tristan Davis kept the inside all the way around, didn't he? They were walking.
Oh, that
was
You backed horse in that. Yeah,
I was really...
that is cool, isn't it?
Really strong on Topville Ben in that race.
You were.
Yeah.
And I was very strong on Third Wind. Of course, I jumped off and he went on and spoilt the Alaphilippe party.
Did he jump well enough to win this whole solo? He's got the ability, but I'm not sure if he's a natural.
After that, never say never. He's only got
this,
£6 for it.
Oh, look at this Howick in the preliminaries.
Let's go to Barry then. You've been listening, waiting in the rings. What price time to get up now, Barry?
4.4, Dave. So just 7-2 on the Betfair Exchange. On the sportsbook, we're paying 6 places in this race. He's currently trading at 16.5. So not that far off what the exchange is. 130 now in the exchange. 13 Truckers Lodge. Young Dev 14.5. Captain Drake's come in for more money. He's into 11 now. The Young Warrior 13, 18 Howick. Screaming Colours as a horse that would have a chance. He's 15.5 Screaming Colours.
Yes, fourth last year, of course. And yes, in those colours for William Durkin, who just tell everyone about the Durkins, Barry. They're very well-known colours. These, aren't
Bill
they?
Durkin. Yeah, Anna Logg's daughter would have carried them to great success over 2 miles back in the day. Bill Durkin, he's training the horses now himself. I think Freddie Murphy would have started out with them, with the Durkins, but famously his son was John Durkin bought Istabrack, and the John Durkin, the race in Punchestown, is named after him. That'll be Bill's son. But this horse would be without a chance. He got a nice pipe opener for this in Cork recently when he finished second at Braeside, which is decent form.
You can bet your bottom euro that they've had this race.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to meet John Durkin once when he was
younger.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that? Was that with Uncle Gosden when you were considering buying Istabrack? We've not had that reference for a while, have we?
But the flat season's coming back, isn't it? Yeah.
Did you know he's related to Gosden? Have you heard this story?
What?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Well,
my wife is.
It's his wife. We were due to get John in the studio, and then we flagged him up, and he ran a mile, funnily enough. But no, it's true. Absolutely. I'll tell you what's quite interesting. Hear No Evil. Great name, isn't it? For another Irish trainer, Noel Kelly. Jodie McGarvey making the one. Final Nudge, some love out there, the old boy, for Paddy Brennan. We're desperate to get a big winner after the weekend. The week that's just gone, Paddy as well. Imperial Alcazar looked like he was going to win, didn't he, of course? Alaphilippe looked like he was going to win. Well, this is the final race of the day this afternoon on Racing Post Live. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Can't believe it.
We weren't sure about it this time, I'll tell you, but it's been great fun again. It always is. We're dictated to you by you and your socials and the great warriors, those jockeys. It's the IJF for the charity this month. No doubt they'll be coming out on top for that as well. And it's been great to have Barry. It's been great to have Giro. It's been great to have Nat as well, and you watching. Let's enjoy this show. I'm going to hand the commentary around, okay?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And we are very close to having a jump off. I think the flag is down, and off we do indeed go. Everything all right? G-Rod, first thing to say to you, coming to the first fence, that was a perfect start.
It was a great start by the starter. He waved his flag in an absolute perfect vertical motion.
And Jarla Enki.
Brian is where we thought it
This
should
is what you
be.
want to see on
This
Jarla.
is what we want to see. Enthusiastic is pricked out at the front, bounding along.
How worried are you if you... Oh, that was good commentary. Crack on.
Trucker's Lodge.
It's your day today, isn't it?
In
Yeah.
Lorcan Williams, Paul Nicholls, who we said haven't been in great form, but in a nice posse, going... Well, just tracking the top 3. David's about as much as I can do on the old commentary.
First female commentator.
Oh, no way, no
Oh,
way.
yeah, that's a good point, isn't it? Yeah, no. I mean, Ross Briley is, you know what I mean? He's nearly on the roster, you know.
Is he?
Time to get up, please, where he
This
is.
is where he was born. Time to get up.
Yeah,
Where is he?
on the
yeah,
inside.
he's in 5th. Now, what worries me when you see these staying chases, and we were talking about it a bit on the show yesterday, on good ground, not a problem, as the galloping giraffe showed us in the Ultima on Tuesday. But on softish ground, it's very, very difficult to get involved. Keith Melrose, in fact, went as far to say just back the one that leads over the first fence. I was going to do a Desi Sky Hill then. But Jarla Enki would be the one for you. Let's see what Barry thinks. Mamela for Hugh Masson hunting them up as well.
Time to get up is in the perfect posse. He's got a lovely trip through. He's 3.8. Captain Drake is 10. You have obviously Jana Elke still trading at 26 in running. The market not overestimating Briney's chances there. And then we also have Hewick is out to 25 on the exchange. Had a Betfair SP at 24. They seem to be travelling well, everything. No major jumping errors so far, but favourite you'd have to say has a nice posse.
Okay, yeah, very much so, Barry. And this is look, if they're going to get international, you could probably get international for low 140s in a lucky year, but they want to make sure, don't they? There's unfinished business because, of course, you have to have 6 runs over fences. When the weights came out, entries came out, I should say, he'd only had 5. A lot was said about that. Did the BHA make a Horlicks? And as Keith Melrose, the insufferable rationally is, he said, they know the race planning book. What's the problem?
You cannot do that accent. Just
Again,
stop trying.
I went to the West Country there. I think he does have an uncle in the West Country. Maybe Paddy Owen Canoes there.
Holstone skewed a little bit at that last fence.
Back over fences. Yeah, he's not looking good, is he?
No.
Oh, G-Rod, you're looking terrible, aren't you?
Yeah, this is not a good day for me.
This is £100 out the
really?
handicap at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is another one that is just not going a yard, and that's 2 today at Uttoxeter that I've backed that have done that.
What about a keel?
I'm more pleased with where Truckers is than Achille, if I'm completely
I'm getting mixed
honest.
up. Who's that at the back? Is that Truckers? No.
It's
in the green at the back.
Isn't it?
Supreme Escape.
Oh yeah, I'm well aware of that.
Pulling up, is he? He should pull up.
Well, he's persevering at the minute, which means they are fancied him, I think. But Here No Evil's not going and beyond either. Young Dev, well fancied. Also right out the back at the moment.
Supreme Escape's pulled up, yeah?
Has he? Yeah, he probably has, hasn't he, I would imagine. He's spotting now as well. This is
trying.
good.
I'm really. I've told you this is something I've got to work on. I'm trying
What's
really
this
hard.
in second?
Hewick, is it?
It is?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Even got that right. Where's Captain Drake?
Dave's trying to teach me. Oh, they're actually good. Good in the middle, bunched up nicely, got plenty of cover.
I tell you, Barry will be liking his position on De Young Warrior as well, won't he?
Well, I'm not surprised. Yes, they're still quite nicely bunched, aren't they? I'm not so sure about my Achille, but Trucker's Lodge is still there. Is he in second?
Yep, that's exactly where you want to be. And again, he's won the race before. Why mess around?
Mamela's travelling well, isn't she?
Well,
She's
there'll be
okay.
some love for Hugh Masson out there if that goes over. Final nudge going all right. G-Rod?
Yeah. I've got no idea what is where.
Nice to know you're still here.
All I know is that Jarla Enki is in front with a big noseband.
Yeah, the sheepskin.
It seems a really big noseband.
Yeah.
And second is the Irish horse. Third is Paddle Your Canoe.
It's been noticed that you're going quiet again. Is that because what's the hope here? What's the biggie?
Well, yeah, it's already gone, hasn't it? It's already been pulled up.
Have you
where's
only
he
backed
gone?
one in this?
Yeah,
What, if you had to jump on one now?
Supreme Escape.
Come on.
Yeah.
Last race of the
I'd
day.
back the one in the orange. Is Harry Frizel's.
Captain Drake,
Captain Drake, that's the one I'll back. Yeah. So
excellent. Kevin Morley put that up in the trend selection.
did he? I'll tell you what hurts me more about this is that the insufferable rationalist has been right in that you probably just should back a horse that jumps off in front, and my one didn't. He jumped off at the back.
So you'd be interested in Yala, would you?
Well, you know.
Achilles trying to get involved again
How many
here.
times
Look.
did you see
Yeah.
in the week?
Gray.
He is on a going day, Nat. You're right. He's on the outside.
Look,
with
he's on the
screaming
outside.
colours.
He's going to try and...
We've probably got another lap, haven't we?
Yeah, got to go
Yeah.
round again yet. So, Achille, yeah, he's up there. Yeah,
Tell you
he's
what,
going well.
it's been tough to get the trip this weekend. This is
Yeah, this is the
we could have
acid
ended with a
test.
2-mile race, Barry, couldn't
this-
we?
is this
Not a bit of it.
Someone else pulling up at the back. It's just slightly out.
Can you believe the favourites trading at 2.94 now? So sub 2-1 about the favourite.
Not
really.
really.
Outside of
no.
that, Captain Drake still at 10.
Scenes on the exchange then at Uttoxeter. So what's that in the green?
Yeah, who was that
catching
that
one? Is
just-
that Holstone?
So what has
Yeah, he
changed that makes
Yeah,
it more of a
Holstone, yeah, the
certainty
great.
now? Well, I wonder.
He's in the green colours. Oh no, that's Achilles.
Yeah.
That's Nat's horse.
Yeah.
This would just be the
Just
cherry
tracking,
on the cake,
just
wouldn't it?
tracking
Yeah.
truckers. So if I can get the 1-2, I'll be happy. Yeah.
Oh, oh, you forecasted it. Of course you
dear.
have. Of
Bad
course you have.
mistake by Captain Drake.
Lottery numbers tonight, by chance? I'll tell you what, Gwen Silly Burbass, who was a great shout for Ryan McHugh. Do you remember when we went through the winter at Exeter and he was having a bit of a barren run? And God, he didn't scream that home. Not quite Jerry Hannon-like, which I'll be pulling him up on next time I see him. But the young warrior just had a little think about that, didn't he?
This thing's going well, isn't it? This Hewitt thing.
Now the closers
Yeah.
are starting to
Keep
mount,
this,
guys.
did we
This
say-
will be the
we said
last
that-
next time round?
We said
Yeah.
that in the paddock.
The last next time.
Okay, yeah. Truckers
Screaming
wasn't
colours,
great
okay?
Screaming Colours goes well, yeah.
Yeah, that runs
red
with his
hat.
head out, but nothing wrong with that.
They zoom in to time to get up on the inside. Then he's just lost his position or two, actually.
Oh!
Oh, hang on a minute. Okay,
Hang
all right.
on.
We can see Barry's right here. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh, not
Oh my
Achilles.
lord! Oh my lord!
What
was
the
that- hang on a minute.
actual...
Back
That
out
was
to the
Achilles,
young-
wasn't
to the
it?
stable yard, did he?
yeah.
Did he duck out to go to
He
the stable
did.
yard?
He did. And young Hugh Nugent didn't know much about it.
I
All of a
wouldn't-
sudden, he's eating the grass.
Barry, I wouldn't have fallen off that. I tell you now.
Well, I definitely wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Well, you're a bit disappointed with that then. All right, well, look, he's a young jockey.
Oh, well, he'll
You
win
don't
now
expect this
anyway,
to happen.
Achilles.
Well, he's galloping loose up front, that's for sure. Your forecast out of it.
Got another one
El
pulled up.
Paso Double.
Buick 7.8, Screaming Colours 9.8. They're the two movers in running now. Your favourites out to 5-2. Haven't traded at sub 2-1.
I'd say the pubs in Stafford will be getting ready to fill the pumps if Shark Hanlon wins this. I'll tell you.
Remain Descend man pulled up, yeah.
Has he gone as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pulled up.
Yeah, and right out about young Dev, he's got a lot.
He's just catching the eye,
He's
isn't he?
weird. He's
Right,
not going for the
truckers.
tall,
Out
Barry.
there,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's not going for tall. What time to get up wasn't great there, guys.
Come on then, truckers.
I imagine he's still short. He wasn't great at all. And again, don't forget the Fab. when he won-
Resource, the Greys near carrying out.
Yeah. Oh my lord! Oh dear! Oh no!
Okay, that's
the
not-
Irish will be cursing their luck for once.
Come
with
on,
that, won't they?
Achilles, get out the way, you
That's for
naughty
sure.
monkey.
What's this in the yellow hat that's coming through in the
Yeah.
red? This
Truckers
is coming
Lodge is
through.
there. What's
this
that
is
in the
El
black?
Paso
El
Wood. Sorry,
Paso.
it was right known to Semina, wasn't it? Of course it went.
Screaming
And that has
colours.
really put Hewitt off, hasn't he? Because he walked through that one. Now they're starting to walk on fumes. Poor
Come
old
on,
Yola
truckers.
Enke, he doesn't fancy it. And along goes Philip Armson, who's been riding this
Philip
chap in
Armson.
long-distance races around Wincanton. They've had a good bit of
I'll
success.
tell you.
Go on, Barry.
Mark McDonough, the kid that rode the Martin Pike winner yesterday, is giving the young Deb an absolute peach of a ride here, the grey horse. He's just hunting him around and squeezing him into the race nice and quiet.
Yeah, this is. He didn't go for him, did he? Because a lot of jockeys would have panicked. They were all out the back rowing around. That's why he caught the eye. Okay, we're going for it now then. That's 4 out, G-Rod.
Yeah,
Philip Armson,
Screaming
here comes
Colours.
Screaming Colours.
Looking
Last
good.
year's 4th. Time to get up. Absolutely
Yeah.
on fumes at the moment. But we know he finishes. Nat Green, Truckers Lodge is in 3rd. Hewitt trying to do it. But at
Oh,
the
he's
moment, it's
thrown that.
David Pipe and the Durkins. Could this be another Irish winner of the feature race on a Saturday? He's absolutely
he's
sitting.
cruising.
Connor Orr has not moved
Screaming
a muscle.
Colours.
Philip, look, and here comes the other Irish horse. The
Young
young
Dev.
Dev. This will be last to first. This could be peach, Phil. Never mind your
Flown it.
Danny Mullins. This could be Ride of the Week.
Well,
Here
this
he
is all
comes.
over, Dave. He's
At the
gone.
moment, Screaming Colours. Now he's starting to feel it. Time for Get Up. Not totally done with. This
Yeah,
will
he's
be walking
coming through a
home.
bit.
Come
Time
on,
to
what
get
do we
up.
Jump it.
reckon?
He's just got to jump it.
The
All
Durkins
over.
are in front, all
All
over.
over.
Yeah, he's gone looking in 101. There you go then. Congratulations to the Durkins.
Come on, Achilles, yeah!
Long time. Right, well, the riderless Achilles caused all the carnage. He's riderless in 2nd. And Connor Orr, that's what you like to see. Plot landed there, I think we can see. Did you,
Again.
you went to back it and didn't press back?
No, it won't do it.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, what a
There
day.
is a silver lining on the day. Screaming Colours then, Barry. There were 2 horses from a long way out that caught the eye. He was one of them.
Yeah, we gave him a good mention beforehand as well, didn't we? The favourite traded at a low 2.64. Time to get up in running. which seems very, very short indeed. Young Dev got an absolute peach of a ride. Traded at a low of even money in running, but the winner, a popular winner, it has to be said, he hit a high of 23. He's a BFP of 16.5. He was always no worse than mid-div at the very least, and travelled well throughout. And he's won absolutely danced in there. That's that Brayside form. Now, obviously, Brayside pulled up during the week in Cheltenham, but he is highly thought of in the Gordon Elliott yard. So, good form, a nice winner, a very popular winner for sure.
He's an 11-year-old. Barry, and that is only his 12th start under rules. He's had 4 in point-to-point. So, look, very, very good training. We gave him a good pension, Barry. Absolutely, the family. Another Irish winner of a big race.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed because I thought Achille was on his game today. I'm not convinced.
Well, he was on some game. I'll tell you that much. I don't know what exactly. I don't think Hugh Nugent will be enjoying him going back in, will he?
I have to rewatch that.
The form of this, time to get up in third. I mean, the swing of the weights, I suppose you could sort of see it, but he does look like a horse that maybe not going to meet expectations now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Really good run.
Yeah, he ran well.
There was time of him being sort of synchronised here, wasn't there?
He's a bit slow, isn't he? Like he needs to stay, doesn't he? A confusing result for me because I backed that all Screaming Colours in that race last year, and he was well beaten by time to get up, I thought, and he was racing off a £9 higher mark today, but he won well today.
Yeah, he won really well.
And well done, Mally. I know you still made a few quid despite the fact that Mamela, on her final start, before she goes to be a broodmare, didn't quite get home for you as well. What fun we have had, Barry, on a day when it's a bit after the Lord Mayor's show, but there were some thrills and spill thanks to someone.
Yeah, Nat, what a job. What a job. Absolute pleasure to spend 2 days in your company, albeit remotely. G-Rod, good to see you. And looking forward, Dave, to getting over and being in the studio sometime soon in the month of April. So, yeah, there's a lot to look forward to, lads. I'm just ready for the flat season to start back.
Isn't that interesting?
Are you? Isn't that funny? I'm like clutching onto straws, but I just want Barry to come over here, so even if I'm not working, we could just go out, can't we, afterwards?
Yeah, that will be happening. The Irish car bombs will be
nice.
on the way. All right, Barry, superb. The Desperado's near. Great shift again. Brilliant week, Barry. I'll see you next week, man.
Thanks, guys.
Lovely, good stuff. Nat, what a week you've had.
Yep.
Everyone loves you, and now you are
Not
the queen
everyone,
of the RP.
but you know.
The RP Live queen. The exacta, trifecta, whatever you want, we can do it.
We can do it again as well, people. Keep
You lifted
faith.
yourself today. Honestly, thanks a lot. You've been brilliant.
Yeah, it's cool. Loved it.
£82.30 the trifecta.
How much?
£82.30.
Wow, you've worked it out. Of course you will. That's why you require.
Lovely.
It's been an easy week for you, man, but I imagine it's about to get busier.
Easy week. I mean, the busiest week of the whole season, year so far. Yeah.
Yeah, you loved it?
Been a great week. Yeah. Disappointing day today. Oh, some disappointing runs.
The highs and
It was
lows.
some strange. It was some strange races in running today, though. We've got it. It wasn't. It was a bit of it was a bit strange.
Yeah, didn't get many runs today.
Masson says in the chat, Dave could do a 10-day festival. I certainly could, Hugh, as could the guys in the gallery.
Dave just
Nick and
doesn't
Will
run
say
out of
superb.
energy. Dave's like flipping.
Trust me, it's going to be energy.
Bunny.
Energy reserves are now just about going. I've kept my voice though. It's been great fun. We will be back next Saturday. 4-strong panel for you. It's only Lincoln time. See you then, guys.